Exactly.
Hello, everybody, people of the internet. We have the number one asshole of the MLS discussion group, Blaine Riffle, with us here today.
Hi guys,
How are you doing, Blaine?
it's been a good day.
It is great to have the most polarizing character in all of social media on YouTube today.
Hey, we've been through 3 games and I haven't given a single card. I'm doing good.
No, that's me. That's me. I just handed out a red.
Ty's on a roll today, so.
Yeah, he's killing it. All right, hold on a second.
I need to get since we're still messing around while we're waiting for stuff to build up. I need to get a better background for this.
Oh, who has their stream on? I'm hearing the stream echoing.
Hold on, that might be me.
Turn that shit off.
Yeah,
That's me. My bad.
Yeah.
All right,
That's why I use a headset, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're good.
Turn it off.
All right.
We're good, man. Calm
Make
down.
sure let me make sure I have everything open here. All right. Cool. Got everything open.
Who has the streams on, man?
It's not me. I just turned it off.
What
You
is
guys, I have to admit, I just realized it was me. I honestly thought I had nothing to do with that.
Hey, Patrick.
What's up?
Patrick. Hey,
What's up?
get going, asshole.
Don't call me that. I'll kick your ass out of here so fast.
Oh my gosh.
Ash is cracking up laughing.
It's been a long day, man.
To be honest, I think I got the least amount of sleep of any of you, so that they're
Probably.
Yeah, you did.
Probably.
I really haven't slept, so.
I accidentally drank some bad milk, so at some point I'd like immediately just rip everything off and run. That's what it's from. That's what it is.
Hey, Asher, no straight.
I'm like-
You gotta keep this PG-13.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh.
Son of a bitch.
So before we get going on any topics or whatever, I was talking to Patrick about this earlier, but I'll let you guys in on it too. What would you guys think about sometime in the future taking these streams? We still do this live stream and everything, so that people who are like, for whatever reason, like super into watching us talk
Live.
can come in and watch it. But what would you think about going forward doing something where like we kind of condense it and like trim it down a little bit and make it like maybe an hour long, put like some sort of badass intro into it and actually post it as like a weekly video show on YouTube?
All
I
for
like
it.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I said, what I said was that I think it would be good if we did the live stream as we usually do, so we gave people who wanted to watch it live the exact raw, uncut footage, and they could watch it just as they do now, but then we could take the best parts and put it into our own condensed show with intros and everything like that, which would be for the people who are more casual and say just wanted to watch it on their free time whenever they wanted. It would be better that way.
That's cool.
We need to open up an email account. I got one already, just so people can dump questions into the email all week long.
Yeah.
We have MLSdiscussion@gmail.com. I don't know if you know that.
Perfect.
I made it for the Twitter, so it exists. But I don't think I've given it out yet. So.
Yeah, we just need to publish it so people can post questions. That way we have a list of stuff to start with.
Yeah, we have tons of stuff. I mean, we have an Instagram that we haven't advertised yet either.
It got advertised the other day.
Yeah, in a comment.
Yeah,
real
but I didn't do anything major like Blaine did with the Twitter.
Okay. So Brad Davis is following us, huh?
He is following us. We have Brad Davis following from Brazil.
That's
pretty sweet.
The funny thing was,
that's one of the most random, coolest things I've ever heard.
The cooler part was Blaine went on a rampage following people, figures and stuff on Twitter. He didn't follow Brad Davis. Brad Davis, for whatever reason, followed us first, which made it even cooler. The fact that he found us before we found him.
Well, if what you say is true, and I mean I'm sure it is, it's the largest MLS only kind of forum / group on the internet.
100% true. 100% true.
So that's
there's nothing near the size of the MLS discussion group. I mean, not on any website, in any forum, not on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was originally just going to go and join one. I was like, there has to be one on Facebook. I looked around, and there was nothing to be found. Like, are you joking? I was like, so I did it myself.
Nope. Nobody likes us.
The funny thing was, I don't know if I ever told the story. The way it came about was that I wanted to do something MLS related for fun on my free time. So I noticed the MLS memes page, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. They were looking for somebody to help make memes. So they said, send us a message and apply, and whatever, we'll choose whoever we want. So I went and applied to them, and they sent me a rejection message saying that I didn't make good enough memes. I was like, all right, then fuck you. I'm making my own group. And now we're here today, and they're asking us for help to take over their group. That's what they wanted.
We still need to take over their group.
They're the ones who
we did.
I'm not opposed to it. Those guys are actually pretty fucking funny a lot of times. I mean, it sucks they did. It sucks that happened.
And then I made them look stupid.
So just take them over, and now it'll just be like, haha.
We were going to, but there was an uproar over it. So.
Oh boy.
Hey, we can clean up their act. We can make it a lot less negative and still have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if we're gonna do this, I know some people don't like all the negativity around MLS, but we've got to take it over. I mean, we can weed it out. We can clean it up, and if we take over some of these groups, we'll get it cleaned up enough.
Yeah, definitely. I think something. I know that doing something between like us, MLS memes, and like North American Terraces. I know that they're a member of our group, but I mean, if you could do something between the three, somehow combine all three of them together. I don't really know how you would, but if you could get all three working together simultaneously, it'd be pretty sick. It'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we were this close to having a takeover of MLS memes. It was going to be ours, but there was controversy. Yeah. There was controversy around it. I don't know if you know about that, Asher. You weren't around inside the group at the time, but a couple of our fellow admins didn't want to take it over, and it was canceled out. So
I'm about ready to start working on that again. See if I can't convince them to take it over.
I'm definitely for it if we decide to go forward with that. Definitely.
I mean, my idea was that if you didn't want to be involved in the MLS memes page, then you didn't have to. I mean, it was a choice. But some people felt that it was, since the discussion group is all about positivity and not bashing teams and whatnot, they felt that the memes would be contradictory to what I created in the discussion group. But I felt like you could have two separate entities, and I don't. But,
yeah, I mean that makes sense. But like Blaine was saying, if you were to take it and kind of shift it a little bit, and change some things, you could. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. There'd be nothing wrong.
You can make funny jokes that aren't malicious and stuff like that. So.
Dude, I rip on my own team all the time.
Exactly. Me too.
They are so easy right now. It's not even funny.
If any of you haven't seen, go back and watch MLS Discussion Group Talk Episode 1 and watch me rant about the Red Bulls on the playoffs.
Oh, I remember
That was the most funniest thing I have heard about the New York Red Bulls ever.
It's truth.
Yeah.
It's just passion from a fan. I could have gone way longer about that, but I had to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we are collecting a good amount of people, so I think we're about ready to start. We have Asher is going to keep us in track today. He has all the talk points and everything like that.
I'm gonna attempt.
He's gonna attempt. Yeah, we're a bunch of assholes, so I don't know how much control we have.
Yeah, and I have all the questions.
All right, so I think real fast. I think we should I think we should start with Italy and England since that's what's on people's minds
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, let's go for it.
Hey, real quick, Patrick, send Neil the link to the Hangout.
I did. I sent him the
Oh,
link.
is he coming in?
I don't know if he's coming in, but
Hey, we need to work with Brandon. Brandon wants to have a pro rel talk with me at some point.
Brandon was in on this episode. He was in, and then he decided that he was going to be cooking dinner for his family, so he was out.
Yeah, I read that. I
So-
saw that earlier.
What can I do? Matt Tisdale, quickly, he says, so what did you guys think of the game? Simple.
Which game?
Don't be an
There's
asshole.
there's been 3 so far.
We
Yeah,
know what he's talking
I'm
about.
kidding.
He's
Yeah, I
probably
do.
talking about
I do.
Costa Rica and Uruguay. It's obvious, guys. Get it together.
Oh boy, I could go on for a while about that one, but
All right, Italy and
I'm sure he's talking about Italy and England. Yeah.
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 Yep.
That was. I shut it off to put the kids to bed, and I missed Pirlo's free kick.
Dude, that rang off the bar and then went out of bounds. so hard.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so it finished 2-1 then.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
3
It
inches
was-
lower and it's a goal.
Yeah.
He had Joe Hart completely dumbfounded on the other side of the net. Like Joe Hart looked like a massive idiot.
Oh, all right. So I caught everything then, and
Yes.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of in the same boat as somebody commented on the game thread on Facebook. Somebody said he's kind of torn because he wanted England to win, but at the same time he knows that there's now a whole slew of racist Italy fans that don't know what to do with themselves because it was Mario Balotelli who scored the game-winning goal.
That's
So,
that's completely true.
I'm kind of there. I would have liked to have seen England win because they do have a lot of really scary good young players on that team. But at the same time, I don't have an emotional attachment to either team. So
I think
what are you going to do? It wasn't even my, outside of the United States, the only team I really follow is the Dutch. Just because they're ridiculous, but.
I think the best team. I think the best team won, so that was good.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're gonna stay on the topic of Italy and England, but this is just too funny to pass up. I don't know if this is a troll by MLS, but I just got a match day update for the Red Bulls vs Cosmos lineups, and this is what it says. Tell me if you can read this.
Tyler,
Lineup available. Lineup available.
Wait, it just popped off.
It's off.
Yep,
that's gone.
None versus.
None versus NY.
Wow.
So,
the Cosmos are none. They're
the
not.
Cosmos appear to not exist.
Yeah.
Hey Patrick, sorry to get off topic, but Neil wants the chat invite.
Yeah, he wants
tell-
to come in.
Tell him I'll drop him. Should we drop him in at the very beginning, or should we bring him in like halfway through? He's gonna get mad at me now that I said that I even considered bringing him halfway through.
I don't mind. I mean, I'm good
I
with
don't care
whatever.
either.
All right, let's bring him in then. Screw it, I'll bring him in.
I'm a guest on the show. Don't ask me.
Yeah, Blaine, you have no authority here. You can't.
Okay, so anyway,
Oh
back
shit!
to the,
I have authority wherever I go.
and that's why everyone loves you. So,
All right, so which one are we talking about? England, Italy, or the non-existent Cosmos versus the Red
England.
Bulls?
Italy,
England.
England.
Okay.
Italy, England.
Okay. Go ahead, Asher.
Sturridge continues to just be insanely impressive
Yeah.
wherever he goes. He's disgusting. So,
How about Welbeck today? Welbeck's performance today was amazing.
Danny has some good passes, I will say. Which one was it? Was that to Sterling or Sturridge? That was in the box right there, but an Italy player got a foot of it and then almost went into his own net.
yeah.
I said that was a good pass. I mean, Welbeck did good today. Hi, Neil.
Hey, Neil.
Neil is here. His mic is
here?
muted, but he's here. Where is Neil's Cuban cigar? Someone bring out the sombrero.
I'm sorry, the look on his face right now. He's just looking at the computer.
I know.
He can't hear himself.
This is gnarly, man. This technology's out of control. All right.
All right. Well,
What
when he gets in,
what-
he'll start talking.
what do you about what do you guys think about what's his
The
name
team.
from Italy?
Hey, I've been following Italy since 2006, right before the World Cup. Exactly what I expected from them today. They did what they do. They always seem like they're not going to perform, and they get the win.
They
And
it's a little sketchy,
it's
and then all of a sudden,
clinical.
just out of nowhere,
Yeah, I mean, you could easily say the England goal was post-goal stress, whatever you want to call it. They were on that high, just scored, and they let their defense let down.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Bus.
England had a few good chances, but
Yeah.
I mean, Italy kind of dictated the pace of the whole game.
Yeah, they really did. You noticed that the game really went as fast or as slow as they decided.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, they sped up. The game sped up. They slowed down. The game slowed down. I mean, there's no question about that. The pace really was set by them.
And let's be honest. If you have Pirlo dictating the pace, it's always going to be slow. So.
But they moved pretty quick a couple times.
Well, they're dead. The thing with Pirlo is he can hit one pass so fast, and he just split them. I mean, Leighton Baines and Rooney had a really tough time today on the left side of the field defending against Italy.
Yeah, forgive me for not following European soccer as much as I probably should, but when did Rooney become a midfielder? Or get defensive responsibility? Like, when did that happen?
He's kind of playing that same role Dempsey is right now.
Okay.
That kind of second-line striker. And they just line him up.
Rooney's not usually on the left side, though.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Rooney's not usually on the left side. He's usually on the right side or in the middle.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, over the course of the game, different people end up interchanging with other players. So, you'll find Rooney on the left side, on the right side. That stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I don't know. I thought just like the other games that were on today, I thought that one was really good. I mean,
I thought
today were great.
the best thing was definitely the Costa Rica game. I was so happy for them.
yeah.
Oh, that's the highlight of the weekend.
I was stoked, definitely.
No.
Unbelievable.
No.
No?
What happened to Tyler?
Okay, so basically what had happened was
No, Tyler, where'd you go?
Are you still here?
I accidentally clicked the wrong button.
Your video's gone.
I put it back up.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back for us.
Yeah, it's back for us.
Oh, it's back for me now. Okay, sorry.
All right, carry on.
Okay. Anyway, I had looked at the odds, and of course it was in Uruguay's favor, and I placed a 3-1 win for Uruguay on that game. But then my friend told me never to bet against the Ticos, and I will learn that from now on because they really shut me up today.
Yeah, that was.
You learned the hard way, bro.
I know. Shaking my head. What am I thinking? Gosh.
Yeah,
about
that
that?
was.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know we kind of just. It's fine. It's all World Cup related anyway. But whoever, I'm drawing a blank. Help me out here.
What's
The
up?
guy who got Matt Beasley that yellow card. Help me out here. Can't think of his last name.
Oh,
Wayne.
I can't tell you.
blanking.
You know what I'm talking
Wait.
about? He scored today. Young kid.
Was it Ruiz?
Nah, it wasn't Ruiz.
Thanks for making us look stupid, Asher. Thank you.
I know. Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I forget.
Joel Campbell.
Campbell. Thank you.
Oh, Campbell.
You're welcome, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I know I forgot his last name, but he had a really good game today.
He looks so confident.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a striker that can play alone.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it exactly. I mean,
When he
If he goes down, Costa Rica's done. That 5-4-1 can't work without him up top.
Yeah.
yeah.
he
Wait,
was the
hold
one
on.
who got his head on the end of the free kick, right, and curled it right in
Yeah.
inside the near post. That was amazing. It was a really good goal.
That was a sexy goal.
Blaine.
Yeah.
What was it you said? You said Uruguay came out with something, and then here goes Costa Rica lining up in a 5-4-1.
Yeah, Uruguay's got one of the best attacking cores in the World Cup. I mean, you talk about Cavani, Forlan, and the rest of the guys. Suarez when he's out there.
Yeah.
They're going to score goals. But that 5-4-1 that Costa Rica plays is just tough.
It is.
I don't know that any Euro team can break it down effectively. And when Costa Rican can counter like they do, they're going to be tough to beat from here on out. And I was getting mad seeing all it's going to be 4-0, 5-0 Uruguay, and I was just sitting there going, we struggled against that 5-4-1. Everybody struggled against it. This will be a close game.
Yeah. You got to wonder. Yeah. You got to wonder what would have happened if we had played them in the Hex in not a blizzard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still like to think we would have won, but they did beat us in Costa Rica.
I went to a friendly match. Actually, no, it was a Gold Cup match between the United States and Costa Rica in Hartford, Connecticut. And we won 2-0, but it took us until I believe the 65th, 70th minute for us to finally break down that 5-4-1 and get in behind goal. It was really, it was exhausting what they were doing, trying to break through that defense. It was really horrible.
And the whole key to it, you have to have a solid defense to break down Costa Rica. You've got to throw numbers at them, and if you don't throw numbers at them, you're never going to break them down.
Yeah.
But the moment you throw numbers at them, they're set to counter on you, and they're good at it.
Yeah.
Yep. They're going to be. I don't know. Again, it's like somebody said earlier. I mean, right now, if the United States wins on Monday, CONCACAF teams are going to be 3-0 through the first couple days.
Does Honduras play tomorrow?
Yeah, you're right. They do. I forget. Yeah.
So it would be 4-0.
Oh, we all know my man Jerry Benson is going to score like a hat trick for Honduras just to spit in our faces in New England. God, that guy. He just doesn't score for us, and he just puts on a Honduras jersey, and he is fucking messy.
Let me ask you, Neil, real fast. What was the logic in re-signing Jerry Bankston in New England?
I know, and I know this for a fact. The reason that we re-signed Jerry Benson is so we can turn around after the World Cup and sell him for a shitload of money after he has a great World Cup. It's true.
That's actually a very real
but that
possibility.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense.
I asked Mike Burns to his face why we signed Jerry Benson again, and he literally couldn't give me an answer. And when I proposed that to him, he just laughed and kind of nodded his head to me. He just didn't know what to say. He couldn't believe I said that to his face.
It's true. It's probably true.
Hey, that's a growing trend in MLS right now. Kansas City's done it with a couple players. I mean, we learned our lesson with Espinoza. We did it with Kai. Yuri, we got rid of him before his contract's up. I mean, it's just a growing trend. You sign the guys and trade them.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's like buying a house in a good neighborhood that's run down. You fix it up and you showcase it and you sell it for more money. It's just a good old-fashioned flip, and that's exactly what the Revs are going to do with Jerry Benson after the World Cup, because he's going to put one in the back of the net in this World Cup.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really followed France that much since they tanked in the last one, which was funny, but. I don't know. How are they looking this year so far?
France?
Yeah.
That's why
I'm not up on France. I mean, on paper they should potentially get out of the group.
Yeah.
I don't remember who their most likely matchup is in the first knockout game, but I don't think I have them going very far after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, France doesn't seem like a team who's going to do.
I mean, they play Honduras tomorrow. If they actually beat Honduras, they might be okay, but I can see them falling apart again.
Yeah, I definitely could too. Especially after. Did you guys read all the crap that the French newspaper talked about him? About
Oh
Honduras?
yeah.
No, wait, what happened?
What
Yeah,
happened? Yeah, say it.
the country of miserables. As it
Oh
was,
yeah.
it was.
Wait, no, because Honduras, I guess Honduras asked France to show respect or something like that.
That was after that
That
comment.
was after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That article got posted. I said, wait a minute, what is this? Because I can't really see Honduras being like, oh, take it easy on us, please. That's just
Yeah.
Well, they're not like that. I mean,
no.
I mean,
Central American teams are generally pretty gritty groups of players.
yeah.
Who was
Speaking.
the country that the U.S. beat to get Mexico into the World Cup on that
Panama.
last game?
That was Panama.
Panama was the team who had the players begging us to let them win,
Yeah.
right? To let them get a draw or something. Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I said generally speaking, Central American teams are pretty gritty.
There's an exception to every rule.
Exactly.
Hey, but
the Panamanians
Panama
are the-
played a good game that time too.
They did. They really did.
They showed up to play. I mean, we just got lucky at the end. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but we got really lucky at the end to knock in two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
I
true.
personally believe we are unlucky because I would have been better off with Mexico not going to the World Cup, but
You can.
that's in my opinion. I'm sure Edgar just left the chat as I speak. So
Well, it's so funny because he just wrote a question on the.
yeah,
On
I
the
got
page.
that.
Yeah.
The thing I'm trying to figure out, are we just gonna jump into questions like we do, like just keep taking them out on the fly, or are we gonna wait to the end?
Just randomly with
All right.
if one pops up that catches your eye, just.
All right, real quick, we'll take Edgar's. It's kind of a controversial question. It says, do you think the refs will do the same with Brazil when they play versus Mexico? I mean,
No, because they're not going to have the same refs.
it was bad reffing. It was bad reffing. The ref will never ref another game.
Well,
Wait, hold on.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Real quick, on that subject, real quick, it was a bad call at a bad moment. But if you look back at the rest of his game, the dude did not have a terrible game.
Two bad calls. Bad calls.
It is two bad calls. I have seen way worse refing.
Okay, but wait, Asher, have you seen two calls that have completely robbed the team like that in the World Cup, and the ref comes back and refs another World Cup game?
Up until recently, I haven't paid attention to who the refs are, so
I mean,
I actually don't.
Look
Wait,
at what
hold on,
happened to the ref for the USA versus Slovenia when we scored and they called it offsides. He's never come back and refed another game in the World Cup. They've never asked him.
No,
back.
it's true.
He's
He had
completely-
that was a terrible game across the board, though. Not just that call. There was more than just that in that game.
But you can't rob. They robbed Croatia.
I think we can all agree that the only ref that we have liked so far was Mark Geiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though
Hey, the one after him wasn't
Shea
bad. I don't remember his
refereed today
name.
was pretty good.
Italy versus England's referee wasn't too bad.
Nah, he wasn't.
We
Other than the fact
got
that
into
I
the
think it was-
Costa Rica game. Nick Lachey.
He wasn't too
He
bad
did a
either.
pretty good job.
No, there's been so far the only one that anyone really has any major gripes about was the Brazil-Croatia ref.
Now,
And you want to know something too? If that same call gets made against, I don't know, pick a team that isn't the host country.
Portugal.
Yeah. Nobody would be screaming about it to the level they are now. You know what I mean? I do agree. It looked terrible.
Yeah.
It really looked like
Now-
he'd been paid to throw the game. And I'm following it.
I'll defend the ref a little bit. With the way that call was
Here
made,
he comes.
the guy was squared up at the ref, and it was an awful call. I mean, I'm not going to say it was a good call,
No.
but you see a hand coming from this angle, and you're squared up. You can't see side. You don't get a profile shot or anything. You just see a hand on this shoulder, and he goes down backwards. What are you going to think is a ref from 20 yards away? It was still an awful call, but you got to look at his angle, and that's the only angle he had of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then tell me how he disallows Croatia's goal.
Now that call, I'm not going to even try to defend.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
basically what he said basically his logic now makes the point that it is illegal to jump for the ball. That's what he said. That's what his call is saying.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 ball, and Croatia was in the air first. But in a lot of international games, you make any contact with the keeper, it's going to be called. I mean, that's not an unheard of call to make.
Okay.
I don't like it.
about-
I think it's something that the game needs to clean up.
Yeah, like I thought the guy who ref the Spain-Netherlands game did a really good job not calling a foul on the Dutch's third goal.
Oh
Where
shit! I just
contact-
scored a goal, killed Clint Dempsey in FIFA.
He's playing FIFA on here.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's what he just said. Yes.
All right, go ahead, Asher.
But no, the Dutch's third goal by that defender, that young kid. I can't.
Van Fry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you watch that goal, Robin van Persie like flat out runs over Iker Casillas.
And that's the funny thing. He does.
Van Persie gets in the air first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, would have won the ball if he had jumped at the right time. But the two of them jumped simultaneously, and the defender was on the back post to just kind of knock it in. And no foul was called, and everyone was freaking out. I was reading comments, all over the place about, oh, that's a foul.
He had a good reason to go for the ball. I mean, yeah, he ran into Casillas, but he deserved to go for the ball just as much as.
Yeah, but back to Blaine's initial comment though, he did. It's true. In the past, any contact with the keeper is just the play's dead immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
FIFA needs to remove some of the endangered species rules from the goalkeeper on those 50-50 balls.
Yeah, I agree.
If the keeper's up in the air first, by all means protect him. You can't go jumping at the keeper if he's in the air first. But if he's reacting to another player going up, you got to let it go. And that's what we saw for Croatia. Is the Croatian player was up first, but there is a precedent set for the last 20 years of why that foul is called every time.
Yeah, it's true. And unfortunately, I agree. I think FIFA in general needs to change a lot of their rules. But thankfully, the other thing too is, I mean, you look at the way the Netherlands dismantled Spain, and you got to wonder if that kind of Spanish, what do they call it, tiki-taka, whatever that.
Tiki-taka.
Yeah,
Tiki-taka,
that possession heavy kind of FC Barcelona style game. I mean, I read something after the game. It said the Netherlands had 36% possession and still won 5-1.
That's
Like,
part of the problem with Spain this time was they switched formations. They've played that false nine for the last about 6 years and killed people.
yeah.
They switched away from the false nine. They played with the true striker up top, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
They tried to force Diego Costa into the position when there was no reason to even have him on the team.
Diego Costa, man, don't give me
You
started
bring
on
up Diego Costa. Does he get a suspension for that headbutt?
Yes.
Yes, he gets
Probably.
banned from the rest of the World Cup.
Wow.
It's beheaded by the Brazilians.
I'd say at least
Headed by Brazilians.
I'd say at least until group stages are over.
I think they put his head on a fucking pole. That's just me.
All right.
That's the Brazilian way.
I'm so glad we let Neil in here when we did and not waited till later.
Oh my god.
He's playing FIFA the entire time. He hears something about Diego Costa, and that's the first comment he comes up. All right.
Heads will roll.
Not like Spain's going to be any worse without him.
Francisco de la Cerda says, "Is Iker in or out of the Chile game?" Out.
Out.
He's not getting another chance. He's done for the World Cup.
Who's backing him up, though?
David De Gea.
Yeah, David De Gea or Pepe Reina. Pepe Reina.
No.
I mean,
Oh my no. David De Gea. David De Gea is
really
on that
thinking
cheat.
that? Do you guys really think they're gonna sit out Aker after that?
Yes.
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 Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
that
think
they
it's
make the
abysmal.
switch.
You want to know something? You want to know something though? If he didn't make that mistake on Van Persie's second goal, I don't think he sits out the next game.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Man, I
okay,
just
the ball. Okay, the ground and ball was wet. Okay, but you have to be able to control that perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but enough to get around it and send it back out. You cannot make that mistake right there.
His touch on that ball, if the ground is dry, Van Persie still scores.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if they'll sit him or not.
I think they will.
I don't think it really matters. If their offense doesn't start clicking, they're going to have problems either way.
I mean, you always do blame it on the goalie, but at the same time, you have to look at the Spanish defense was terrible. They were abysmal.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, to be fair to Iker, he was put in a very vulnerable position the entire game.
He was.
But
He was.
at the same time, a good goalie bails his team out of those situations during a game many times.
Tim
They're
Howard.
able to do that. He couldn't do that. Yes. He couldn't do that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
somebody say Tim Howard.
Yes.
don't bring out the bobblehead.
Oh God.
Watch out.
Oh, I wish I had a
Oh,
bobblehead
no.
of Tim Howard. I'd bring it out.
No, and this goes back to something I remember talking to my brother about this a couple years back about FC Barcelona's defense, which is basically plays the exact same style of defense that Spain does.
Yeah.
And he was saying because he actually gave up on supporting EPL teams because American EPL fans annoy him, but that's a whole different conversation for later. Anyway, what he was saying about Barcelona's defense at the time was he's like, dude, they're small. They are small. They just are. I mean, PK, he's a little bit bigger, but he doesn't have strength to hold off a lot of these bigger kind of, this target man type center forward that's starting to like really kind of come out. And he's not,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw he's not, and then what is it? Sergio Ramos gets beaten by Arjen Robben. Like
Both speed and skillfully.
yeah.
That's-
I mean,
yeah, that was
absolutely.
unbelievable. That
broken.
Look
How are
at
you going to get beat by a guy who's like
across the
50?
board.
I mean, how many Achilles injuries has Arjen Robben had now, and he's still outrunning Sergio Ramos? So
He's
He's
disgusting.
at like 2
Robin
or
is
3
fine.
maybe.
Robin really does look like he's like in his 50s, though. He really does.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, what do we know? What do we recognize Spanish defenders for anyway? Or the ones that play in Barcelona or Real Madrid? It's all their attacking ability. Even their center backs are attacking
Yep.
ability.
Yep.
They play so much possession that the other team doesn't get enough chances.
Yeah.
And you can almost always determine the La Liga winner by who's got the better keeper that year. Casillas and Valdez have just gone back and forth, and that's kind of been the winner of the league.
That's very true. I never thought of that.
yeah, I didn't think of that either.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
We have a question. Juan Marquez, he says, in my opinion, Mexico played
Oh
great.
man,
versus
I was just
Cameroon.
about to read that.
At the start of the
Go ahead.
game, Mexico started good, playing around the ball, but later Cameroon started playing better, especially with set pieces. Mexico's strengths are on the wings. So the question is, do you guys think Mexico can beat Brazil or tie?
Mm,
No,
no.
No to what, Blaine?
I
know.
don't think they're going to get a result.
Okay.
No.
I think
Me neither.
Brazil's got too much in the attack, and I don't think Mexico can withstand the pressure that long. Do I think Mexico will play a good game? Yeah, I think they can play a great game against Brazil, but I don't think their great game is going to beat even a 50% Brazil.
Yeah. I think that game ends 1-0 or 2-1. I think it ends. I think it ends by a 1-goal deficit, but it ends with Mexico losing.
Giovanni Dos Santos will sometime get his goal.
Yeah. Neil, what do you say?
Giovanni Dos Santos will get a goal. Probably he will. I don't want.
Well, seriously, too.
Neil just missed the whole entire point of the question, but it's okay. We'll let him go. We'll let him go on that one.
Yeah, I was
Even
gonna say,
though you missed the
keep
question.
moving along.
All right,
What?
my prediction is that Mexico gets beaten by Brazil 4-0.
Oh, you meant the officiating. Ding.
Oh man.
Oh.
Well,
Okay, William England, he says, how are you guys enjoying the pace of most of the matches? It's been almost stellar football, and if this keeps up, this might be one of the best World Cups ever.
Dude.
I've loved the pace. I mean, how many games have we had? 6 or 7 now, and there's already like
We've had
20 plus
7.
goals. 20
8,
plus goals.
Yeah, we've had 7, and number 8 is about to start in like 15 minutes.
21 goals, 7 games so far. That's huge.
There were what, 10 goals through this point
We're not gonna win.
Not even.
9 through 7
We're
last time.
not gonna win.
wow.
Jeez. 9 and there's 20. There's 21 through 7. Good grief. It shows you how the game's changed in 4 years even.
I'm waiting for the article on how much the ball is impacting this. We always hear about the ball. Everybody talks about South Africa. That ball sucked.
The Jabulani, that was awful.
The Jabulani was awesome.
Diego Forlan was the only guy who scored a free kick with that ball.
Yeah, he figured it out on the first day.
that ball was wonderful because it never went the same way twice, but you couldn't put a free kick anywhere. I mean, you couldn't strike from distance because you'll put it on frame like normal, and at the last second it'll just swerve.
Yeah. The only two guys I really saw be able to control that thing were Diego Forlan and it was against Uruguay, wasn't it? It was the Dutch guy who scored from like 30 yards at a weird angle from the left-hand side of the field.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'll see if I can dig up a video of it and post it on the group. But
2 things. Juan Marquez. First off, I got a message from Juan Marquez. He said 4-0. Really, dude? So I must have angered him about my prediction. But moving on.
All right.
He says here, biggest surprise, Uruguay win or the Netherlands win?
Dude.
I'm on it today.
You're stealing Ty's thunder here.
So let's start with you, Asher. Biggest surprise, Uruguay or Netherlands win?
You mean Costa Rica?
Yeah, you mean Costa Rica win?
Yeah.
Why did he write that? Why did he write that?
We know what he means. We know what he means.
He even confused me. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah. No, I knew what he meant.
Okay, so Costa Rica win or Netherlands win?
The Costa Rica. Look, the Costa Rica win surprised me more. I mean, if you follow the Dutch, I mean, these guys are no joke. They consistently put out just ridiculously good teams. So that's, what? Neil, knock it off.
What do you? Oh my God, Neil.
All of a sudden, it pops up in the top of the screen. It says,
"Whoa, there's a chat."
Yeah, well, there's a chat. I'm just like, I respond. Fuck you, Neil.
Oh. All
I
right.
didn't know there was a chat option on this. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
For what reason? For
We can
what
have a
reason?
silent podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Ty, what'd you think? Which was a big
Ty.
surprise for you?
Thank you, Asher.
I'd have to say Costa Rica. They were the total underdogs, and they came to play. I mean, the Netherlands just got revenge, in my opinion, because they just got revenge. But I think Costa Rica was the total underdog in that game, and they came to play. So I'd say Costa Rica.
Neil, biggest surprise, Costa Rican win or Netherlands win?
Costa Rica, definitely. I mean, everybody puts CONCACAF in this like, oh, they're cute. They're just doing their little soccer thing over there. They like baseball. Like, let's just, let's give them a team, give them a chance. And they don't expect us to show up. But Costa Rica did a great job representing our area. And I think you in the United States on Monday are going to do the same thing. And everybody better shut the fuck up about CONCACAF and our weak little soccer players.
All right, notorious Blaine Riffle, your Costa Rica win or Netherlands?
All right. As far as result goes, the Costa Rica wins the bigger upset. I mean, that's the shock. But 5 goals on the defending champ is probably going to be one of the highlights of the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a huge surprise. Everybody thought it was going to be a 50-50 game. I mean, that was a
Well, now you
toss-up.
want to correct the question. Go ahead, Daniel.
Netherlands winning, not a surprise. Netherlands putting up 5 goals on Spain is unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But Costa Rica winning, that's the big upset. If this was March Madness, that'd be the bracket buster right there.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that pick that win.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say, I mean, on one hand, like Blaine said, on one hand you have Costa Rica, but on the other hand, even not predicting before the game, but during the game, when Netherlands went down 1-0, it's hard to remember they were down 1-0. So when I saw them go down, I wasn't really expecting much of anything from Holland after that. But that Van Persie goal,
Dude, that. Look, I said this before. That goal, that might be not my favorite World Cup goal, but it's probably on par. It's probably on par with Roberto Carlos's free kick
against France.
Against France in 1998. Like it's on that level of insane.
That it was an insane goal. I was that turned everything around.
Yeah, it was just I can't say enough about that. You really can't.
I mean, that header will be on the Puskas Awards list this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't see those come out of the World Cup very often. I mean, the defense are just too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back to the other thing we were talking about before. It's like, where was the Spanish defense? How do you let him get that wide open? I mean, yeah, he still had a lot to do. I mean, 9 out of 10 strikers are not going to do that. You know what I mean? They're going to do whatever. They're not going to do that. But it's still like, how is he that wide open?
Mm-hmm.
You know, against what is the defending World Cup champions defense.
And I mean, you got to look at even before the goal. I mean, the goal was unbelievable. But before the goal, the pass, dead accuracy.
Yeah.
Dead accuracy. I think it was Robin who made the pass. I mean, it was.
What was that? Like 40-something, 48 yards, I think.
Yeah, I would say so, around there.
What the only criticism I've heard from that game for the Netherlands is Schneider had kind of a lackluster game.
Yeah,
that was me.
Game.
That was me.
Yeah. But I've heard it from some other people as well.
It wasn't his best game. Schneider didn't play too good. He actually, I don't know what it was with him, but there was one chance late in the second half. They were already up by 5, winning with 5 goals, and he took a shot from the top of the 18 when he had, I don't know who it was, but someone wide open right on the left of him who would have had a clear, easy shot to score. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was trying to score since they were up so much. He wanted to score on his 100th cap or whatever. But he was a little selfish in a couple plays, but he didn't play too good. But it's really not going to matter. I think he'll pick his game up. And if they play like that during the whole World Cup, God help everybody else.
Yeah.
But even with Schneider having an off game, it looked like the Netherlands played an almost flawless game.
Yeah.
You get the Phantom PK as the only score against them. They really did have a great game.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick.
It's like real quick, Patrick. It's like I was telling Patrick the other day. Their team is so well rounded. I mean, when somebody like Schneider, one of your top name guys goes down or just is having an off day or whatever, he's got 10 other guys who are going to pick him up. You're not even going to notice that he really had a bad game until after the game was over. Oh, okay. Will England it was Van Bronckhorst who had the goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will England is always the one who comes up with the answers to everything.
Yeah.
He has Google.
I could open a tab for this, but whatever.
Real quick, Tyler, I think you had an opinion on the penalty call for Spain versus Netherlands?
Yes, I did. Please explain
What's your
how
opinion?
that was not a penalty. I don't see how you see where he got his ankle taken out from under him when he didn't touch him.
The guy's leg came and swooped Diego Costa's foot out from under him.
No,
and
no,
took
it
him
did
down.
not.
It was
No,
a
it did
clear.
not.
It was a clear penalty kick. He caught his back leg. It was an obvious penalty
Costa
kick.
stepped on him, and the slide moved his leg.
Yeah.
No.
Again, that comes down to the ref's angle,
I have a picture.
whether
I
you
have a
like it
picture.
or not.
You have a picture.
Yeah, I have a picture because I proved somebody else wrong with this. Here.
Honestly-
All that shows me is that the guy's leg came out and came under him and swooped him to the ground, and that's where his ankle ended up.
In
No.
real time, it kind of did look like a PK, to be honest. And then when you look at it real close up, you look at like an unnatural view that a ref is not going to see, and then you see what really happened. But in real time, it did look like a penalty kick, I thought.
Yeah, but when
The
the
ref's angle is blocked by the legs. You got to look at where the ref stands on all of these. Where he's at on the field, half of his view is obstructed there. You see a guy slide like that and the guy go down.
Yeah, it's all subjective. You know, it's like we can sit here because we have the advantage of having replays, and I can't believe I'm coming to the defense of refs, but Blaine makes a really good point. I mean, it is. If you're standing 20 yards away, if you're standing 20, even 10 yards away on some of these calls, and you watch it in real time, what else are you supposed to do? I mean, you can sit there and watch it over and over and over again with the World Cup's awesome super slow motion replays that they show 8 billion times after there's a controversial decision made. But in a lot of cases, it is super hard to tell.
So, since we're going down this topic, I love the goal line technology they've added this year. We've seen it used once. It did wonders for the no goal. I mean, that clearance off the line was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I still want them to go to the UEFA model of 6 officials and 1 on each end line. Their goal is to watch the line and watch the box. Mm-hmm. Because both PK calls, with them being on the right side of the goal as you're looking at it, would have been a whole lot easier to tell that there wasn't enough contact to call the PK if that official is there watching the box.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's good to have. It's like, I don't know why someone hasn't done that, or somebody didn't do that earlier.
UEFA's doing it now, and they've been doing it for 2-3 years.
Yeah, 2-3 years.
And it's worked wonders for their tournament.
It blows my mind that somebody wasn't doing it 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, how hard is it to slap 4 more refs on the field, put 2 at each end, and just have them watch that space, and that's it.
All right. This is. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I don't know. I'm just, that's not a PK in my opinion. He stepped on the guy. He was sliding. He stepped on the guy. It's not a PK in my opinion.
Apparently, Tyler's stuck in a time warp. Okay, so
like you're not with your rant that you're about to go on soon.
Oh boy.
I have, I'm still disgusted by it, and I'm reviled by the whole situation. Wait till I get there. I have to say real fast, Blaine. Is anyone else not annoyed by the fact that on every obvious goal where the ball hits the back of the net, they've been showing the goal line technology?
God.
Like, oh look, this is how they know it went in. Like, show it to me when it's controversial. Don't show it to me just to prove that you have the technology. That's just stupid.
I did not know that none of those goals went in. I need a goal line technology for that because I don't know when the ball hits the back of the net.
My depth perception's really bad. I need that. No, honestly, listening to Boston Sports Talk, which I usually do in the car, especially I work in the car a lot. So anyways, I'm listening to Boston Sports Radio, and one of the guys says that if he sees that one more time, he's literally going to stop watching the World Cup. And I honestly don't blame it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, the ball hit the back of the net, and that is how we know it is a goal. You don't need to show us this. Yeah. I mean, great. It's good that we have the technology, but why don't we save it for a time that is really impressive when we need it.
It's
Like
it's
the
been
time we
frustrating.
already needed it.
It's been frustrating me to no end. I'm just like, stop showing it to me. Ian Dark's like, now check this out. We have this technology. I'm like, what are you doing?
Hey,
He just sounds like an ass.
Don't you rip on Ian?
I do love Ian's commentary. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, he's
But it's completely obvious to me that they told him, they shoved money up his ass and told him to plug the goal line technology on television. That's what I've come to the conclusion of.
All right, hey Patrick,
What's up?
I got a question from Will.
All right.
And it is relevant because the game's getting ready to start. Ivory Coast and Japan. Will England, yeah.
From Will. I was just said for Will. I was about to say.
No, not for. I would have just asked him on Facebook.
Yeah.
But yeah, Will England asked, the Ivory Coast and Japan are about to start. What are your predictions? Go.
So
I'll go last.
Yeah.
I'll start. Japan 1, Ivory Coast 2.
5-4 Japan.
Wow, holy crap.
Gola-palooza. Goal explosion. Goals exploding all over you. I'm telling you, it's happening.
Nine goals in one game.
Yep, it's happening. 5-4 Japan. Mark my words.
Blaine, what do
It'll
you
be a
think?
bloodbath. I can't wait.
Japan's getting 2. I'm not as up on Ivory Coast. I could see it being 2-1 or 2-2, but I'm still thinking Japan gets 2 in this game. I've been impressed with them lately.
Yeah.
I mean, conservative, I want to go 2-1 just because I don't think the Ivory Coast has got it this year.
No.
5-4. Also, the average height on Japan's national team. 5-4.
Oh, geez.
Thank you, Neil.
I'm Japanese, so I can say that.
All right. I think I got
0-0.
Okay. I agree. I agree with. Sorry, but Neil's got me all messed up now. I agree with Blaine. I think. I don't know. Ivory Coast doesn't seem like they got it all the way there, so it wouldn't surprise me if Japan wins. Although it's true, they're not in the group of death this year. They are not in the group of death this year. That's huge. However, this really could go either way. I mean, it honestly could. It could finish 2-1. I think it'll finish 2-1. Period. One way or the other, no matter who wins. I think whoever wins only gets 2. And the other team gets at least 1. So that's kind of a neutral response, but that's literally it. Could go either way.
What's the name of that Japanese guy that scores like wonder goals all the time? What's his name?
Honda.
Anybody know?
Honda. Kosuke Honda.
Yeah.
That guy is gonna score like a hat trick at least tonight. I'm telling you, that guy's incredible. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it now in the World Cup.
Will England says he has Ivory Coast now not in the group of death, unlike 06 and 10. He thinks Ivory Coast wins with Yaya Toure. He could be right.
Yeah, Yaya Toure going 3-1.
Ivory Coast has got the players to do it, but I just don't think they've got the chemistry. Like, I love Gervinho as an Arsenal fan. He's been one of our guys for a while. I love the guys that Ivory Coast can put on the field, but I just don't think they work together.
It could happen. I mean, all right. Let's put it this way. If individual talent takes over at some point, Ivory Coast will win. But if not, if Japan comes out and plays a really well-rounded game where you need to be playing together as a team, they probably won't make it.
Yeah, I like that. If Yaya Toure puts the team on his back, they'll get it. They can win this game. Yeah. But I just don't know that he can do it, and I don't know that the other guys can play with him well enough. I mean, just too many clashing styles.
Yeah, it's
Patrick,
possible.
what were you saying?
Well, they do have Drogba coming off the bench. That much is.
Oh, Tyler, what questions did you write down before the show that we had? We had a couple.
You mean the ones that you haven't said yet?
Yeah, the ones I haven't said yet.
Hold on, let me get to it real quick. I'm laughing at Neil.
Hey, Asher, do you
Um,
have the
Sorry,
list
my,
of things
my
we're gonna
father
get
just
to on
asked
there?
for my key. Sorry.
Yeah, I got the. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I got the list right here. I don't have the list of questions, so keep an eye. I got the feed open on Facebook.
All right, yeah.
Hey, guys,
I got questions right here.
yeah, let me interrupt really quick before you get on
Go
a
ahead.
question. We just had a tweet come through. I can't see who actually sent it to us. U.S. Women's National Team is playing online right now. I just retweeted that link out.
Okay.
Okay.
A guy named Kevin. I can't remember which one that is.
Actually.
Is that
So
Toothpick?
he says
Toothpick. Yeah.
he says the U.S. Women's National Team is leading 1-0 at the half. I didn't know they were playing.
I'm pretty sure they're
honestly-
playing in Connecticut right now.
I'm completely ashamed of myself, but yeah, I didn't realize they were playing tonight.
Yeah, my bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
that's
Sorry, Sydney Boo. I love you.
Hey, they're playing France. I mean, can you ask for a better view?
Wow. Good point.
Yeah.
I was in Connecticut the majority of today as well. I really should have stopped by.
I mean,
You
not
really should have.
disrespecting our girls, but you add the French girls to the pitch too. I mean,
That's a win-win for everybody
Neil.
that's there.
Neil, you messed up, man.
Man, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. That is among the top of my mistakes.
That's up there.
It's up there.
Gosh.
All
All
right.
right. So
I don't have any more. I don't have any more questions, but what do we got?
I have
I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
yeah.
After this weekend, I almost don't want to talk about anything MLS related because it all seems
I
far away.
I totally forgot about the Portland match and the Montreal match. I was just like, you know what, screw it, I don't care.
I watched
The
highlights.
MLS has become an afterthought to me since the World Cup started. To be completely honest with you.
Wait, Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick, are you an MLS fan? You just said the MLS. Come on.
We
dude.
have talked about this. We have talked about this.
Patrick needs a timeout for that one.
We have talked about this. It is referred to as the MLS when speaking as it that way. It is referred to as Major League Soccer when you're using it in the
The
elongated
Major
version.
League Soccer. The Major League Soccer.
But nobody reads it as the Major League Soccer. They read it as the MLS. If you just say MLS, it doesn't sound right to me. If you want to have a gripe with somebody, take it up with the website name, which is MLSsoccer.com, which stands for
Oh, I hate that.
Soccer.com.
Can't stand that.
Yeah. Real quick, Will England just posted on Facebook. He said that Sidney LaRue has the U.S. up 1-0 at halftime.
Are we really
Yeah.
surprised? Are we surprised it was Sidney LaRue?
Who got the
Because
assist?
she scored for me. She scored for me. She was like, this goal is dedicated to Tyler.
Tyler, don't start with me on that one.
Bring it, homie.
All
Bring
right,
it.
guys, I'll be right back. I need more beer.
Blaine.
That is a good reason to leave.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, a question I wrote down. Will England said, "Can you envision Costa Rica getting out of the group?"
We already did that. We did that
Oh,
already,
did we?
Tyler. Thank you very much.
Damn, and see, you stole, as Ashley said, you stole my thunder.
All right, All right, so who else is as repulsed as me about the referee's decision on the penalty kick, and who else thinks Fred should be banned for life from the World Cup?
I don't think he should be banned for life. That's a little harsh.
I think Fred should never play another game on the international stage.
All right.
I think they should take him into the public square and behead him in front of millions and millions of people.
That's Neil's answer for everything that goes wrong in
Brazil?
In Brazil, yeah.
Because
Everything
Brazil
goes-
is just.
Beheading.
The FIFA courts. The FIFA courts. Telling you.
God.
That's what they're all about.
Don't get me started about that.
What about the Budweiser law? Have you guys heard about that one?
Yep.
How-
You guys watched the video I posted?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Oliver's rant about FIFA. The sausage.
That was
theory.
great. That was great.
Yeah,
That was great.
It was amazing.
I loved it.
All right.
Francisco de la Cerda.
I was just getting ready.
Here we go again.
He says, We'll save Blaine for last because he's coming last. He says,
Yeah.
"Will the USA get a good result on Monday, and will Wando get the start?"
No.
Personally, I don't think Wando will get the start because of Altidore. But second off, I think the U.S. will lose 3-0.
Yeah, I know you think that. All right, here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at on it. Here's where I'm at on it. I think we're ready. I think we beat Ghana. Wando does not get the start. However, if we need a goal late in the game, Wando is a hero. At some point in this World Cup, I just have this sneaky kind of back of my head suspicion he's going to wind up score. He might only score one goal, but I have a feeling that one goal is going to be like the goal that beats Germany, or the goal that it's going to be something insane, like something.
The shot heard around the world.
Yeah, exactly. And then he will literally go back to doing nothing after that. But he's going to immediately turn into this. He's already, that extra W, and he's already. I like the guy. I do.
Wandau?
Yeah. Wandowski. Yeah.
All right. So I think we're not gonna win. No, I'm kidding. We're not. I don't think we're gonna win either. If anything, we'll either lose by one, or if they come out to play, we'll at least get a draw. But we're not gonna win. Or I'd say either 1-1 or 2-1.
All right, here comes Neil. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
2-0. The United States win 2-0. I mean, I really don't think Ghana's going to score any goals versus us. We're keeping a clean sheet, man. Jurgen Klinsmann is not going to allow this team to let up a goal. I mean, we're playing with essentially 7 defenders. Like, that is not going to happen.
Where are our goals going to come from?
Josie Altidore.
Yeah.
He showed it against Nigeria, the kings of Africa, right? He dismantled them. I'm telling you, it's going to be similar to that game. We're going to allow Ghana to get a lot of the possession, but our counterattacks and the fluid play from Michael Bradley, it's going to come straight through that. We're going to get 2 goals at least out of that. I think we keep the clean sheet. There's no way we don't keep the clean sheet.
Blaine, what's your prediction?
I think we're taking the game. I mean, I'm going to go on record here. I say we're coming out of this group with 7 points.
Wow.
I've got
that feeling already. I don't know what it is, but I've got that feeling. We're going to take 3 against Ghana. We're going to take 3 against Portugal, and we're going to draw Germany in that last game. We're going to shut the world up. But as far as the Ghana game goes, I'm worried we're overhyped, and I think it's all going to come down to formation. I love the 4-2-3-1, but we need to be playing the diamond with these guys.
Yes.
I'm getting.
To get back to Francisco's original question, if we play the diamond, I would start Wando over Josie any day of the week, but only in the diamond.
Okay. All right.
But Josie's got to start. He's starting. The thing I'm saying is I don't think that we will beat Ghana. That's been my prediction for a while. So I just don't feel good about it, and I'm worried because everyone is so excited. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I can't wait till Monday." When in my mind, I don't want Monday to come. Because I know if we don't win that game, I think our World Cup is over.
I'm right there with you, and I'm just having to push that aside because that's just American soccer fans. We always do that to ourselves. I mean, we had that 4 years ago against England. We all went into that game going, we can't get a result here. That's off the table.
Yeah.
And
then,
and
then Robert Green saved us.
I said this to some people recently. If we beat Ghana, I think we will get out of the group. I think we are a better team than Portugal. I'm really not that worried about Portugal. Other than
I don't understand, Patrick, how you think that we're a better team than Portugal, but at the same time that we will not defeat Ghana.
Yeah. I think Ghana's a better team than Portugal.
All right. Well,
okay.
I no comment.
Ghana isn't. I think here is the problem. I think most of the United States is way underestimating Ghana, and I think that's going to be our downfall.
But
I'm
I
gonna
don't
say,
think.
I don't think the players are underestimating Ghana
Thank
at
you.
all.
It doesn't
think-
matter what the fans are thinking about Ghana. It matters what the players and
You are getting,
Klinsman think.
regardless, the fans will get in the players' heads before the game.
I don't think so. Let me say this right now about this group that we have going, with or without Landon Donovan. That dead horse is dead and kicked to death and is dead again.
Yeah. Next
That's-
time somebody brings that up, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's seriously that's over with.
I
But,
hope you're right.
But regardless, the group, the 23 guys that are down there now are solid. Like emotionally, the core
Besides
that
DeAndre
the core. The core of that group are ice cubes. Like
Yeah.
they are. Michael Bradley does not care what fans are saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Josie Altidore does not
agree.
care what
You know
fans are
what?
saying. Tim Howard does not care what fans are saying. They don't care that we're talking about him right now. You know what I mean? These are guys who know how to focus on one thing. And that's going to spread. The core group of guys on that team are great for the younger guys. I think everyone's going to be able to keep straying thoughts and, younger minds kind of,
Yeah.
where they need to be. I think we'll be okay. I don't think if we lose, it's because Ghana flat out beats us.
Yeah,
It's not because we underestimated them, and it's not because the fans got into the players' head or anything. It's because they flat out played better than we did.
You're kind of convincing me now on your own with your argument, so I'll give you that one.
I want to build on that, guys. I want to build on that really quick, Patrick.
Go ahead.
This 94, 98 are kind of vague memories to me at my age, but 2002 on, this is the best team we have put on the field.
Yeah.
It may not be the best individual
I
group
agree.
of players we've ever had. I mean, the exclusion of Landon Donovan, I think, helps the team overall. I don't care what people say about him, personal ability, no insult to him. I think him not being there helps this team, and this is the best team I've ever seen us have.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while. I've been dying a little bit inside coming up to the World Cup because I know for a fact that this is the best U.S. team we've ever had, and if you put us in any of the previous World Cups, we're getting out of the group. But we drew the group of death this time. But I know we have a chance, and quite frankly, I would dare Ghana, Portugal, or even Germany to underestimate us and play down just 5% of their game, like play 95% opposed to 100.
They'll
and
lose.
We will beat them.
Sit one starter trying to rest him.
They cannot. If they give us even the slightest bit of, if they underestimate us even the slightest bit, that's going to be their undoing because the U.S. will beat them.
Well,
So they better come out to give us their best game.
On that same topic, I've read at least 3 or 4 articles from Germany, from Ghana, from Portugal. They're not underestimating us at all. I mean, every single game is going to be like balls to the wall nuts. This is going to be a gritty 3 games that they're gonna have to grind out. I mean, yeah, it's the group of death, but this is like. I mean, this is going to have and I think Blaine's right. This is the best group that's been assembled that I've seen. I remember 1998 and 94.
I don't.
Way back. I vaguely remember hearing something about soccer and seeing Alexi Lawless's hair, and that was about all I remember. But 98, I remember, and I thought we had a good team then, and we did not.
Yeah. Neil,
this without question, this is a gritty group of guys that we have down there. I mean, I really do think that they are set up in a group like this where you need to grind out games, where stuff isn't going to always be pretty, I think the United States are set up really well with the group that went down.
Yeah.
To do well.
Oh, whoa! Japan with the super strike. 1-0.
Oh, yeah?
Told you. What's up? 5-4.
I'm trying to see who it is.
Hang on. I can actually pull that. I'm going to pull that game up. I can actually pull that game up. I'm going to do that.
I'm trying to see.
And I wanted to make a comment. I want to make a comment real fast.
It was Honda. It was Honda.
Oh my God, I'm a genius. What's up?
You got it.
Got you. Okay, so anyways, on that, going off that, let's put it one thing straight, Patrick. That game versus Ghana. See this right here? This is my victory cigar, and I'm going to fucking smoke it that night. We're going to win. That's all I got to say.
I hope, without a doubt, I hope you're smoking that cigar on Monday night. I would love to be made to look like an ad.
I'm so glad.
Patrick.
I'm so glad the ESPN Go app is 30 seconds behind. I came in right
Did
during
you
the
see it,
goal
Asher?
stuff. Hang on, I'm getting ready to.
Okay, tell me what you think of it.
Wait a second. I think, Neil, though, I would like to call you out on something. I think that you used the bloodbath term for Japan and for the Japan game going on right now in the wrong place. I think what's a bloodbath is going to be the group of death.
Wow.
I think these 14. This is going to be a bloodbath.
Was it
Right,
nice?
Asher?
Was it nice? I want to see this.
I haven't seen the goal. Tell me.
As a keeper, the keeper got beat near post from 10 yards.
Oh, so like Timmy Howard against Ghana back in 2010.
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up, yeah. Shut up, Patrick.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Patrick,
Okay.
are you a communist? You like freedom?
I'm not Tyler Buchman. Keep me out of this. All right?
Oh shit. Okay.
Hey,
Real quick.
Patrick, let me break in. We do have new questions. I put up a new thread on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I was just getting ready to say that. There are new questions on here.
Blaine, did we give you permission to speak?
Wait, hold on.
Do I need
Wait,
permission to speak, Patrick?
No.
No,
Patrick.
absolutely not. I don't.
He's a communist.
Wait a second. Before we go to those questions, there's one more post about the U.S. thing. Let's just get this out of the way. Someone says Jermaine Jones over Beckerman. Yes. I think they should both play. I think they're both going to start. The Christmas tree.
What in the world is that on the field?
Huh? What's going on? What's on the field?
What in the world?
I can't tell what that is.
What's on the field?
Is
I
that
have to turn my television
Is that a
on.
bat?
No. It
No,
looks like
what
some
is
type
that?
It looks like some type of moth.
That's great. Wow. Okay. Hey, I'm steering.
Joys of having the World Cup from Brazil.
Yeah, really.
It's a dragon.
Real quick.
What's on the field? Where?
There's another question here that I have specifically for Blaine.
Oh God.
James says, now what do you think about this? James Justice on one of the threads says, I don't think you can honestly say Chandler, Cameron, Beasler, Johnson is better than Cherundolo, Onyewu, Demerit, and Bocanegra. First of all,
I can say that.
If you take out Chandler and you put Beasley in there, yes.
Yeah.
I can
absolutely
say that.
I can absolutely say that they're better than Demerit, Cherundolo, Onyewu. Onyewu made plenty of mistakes in his career.
Oh my gosh.
Onyewu. I remember sitting at home. Me and my dad used to make fun of Onyewu all the time. We used to say all sorts of stuff about him. I mean, the guy sucked.
He reminded me of Omar Gonzalez before Omar Gonzalez.
Yeah. 8 years ago, 6 years ago, when those guys were in their prime between those last two World Cups, that's probably the best defensive core we've ever had. Today, the four guys that he mentioned are the best guys we can put on the field. You can argue Beasley over Chandler. I would put Chandler on the right and Johnson on the left and start both of them and kick Beasley to the bench. But regardless of what your opinion of Chandler is, those four guys or five guys, four of those five, are better than the 8 old guys, 4 to 8 old guys that we've had cycling through this system for the last 8 years.
Yeah, it's true. And especially if you watch Jay Demerit, who I don't know what the status is on his Achilles. I hope he didn't rupture it again. But if you watch the way he's played in MLS over the past couple of games, there is no way I'm taking him anywhere close to the national team. I love Demerit. I love Jay Demerit. I love him. I really do. There is no way I want him anywhere close to.
The only guy from the modern set of four from this year that might rival any of them is I'd take Beasler over Gooch any day, just because I think Beasler's a smarter player and just as athletic. But if you want to talk about best defensive core we've ever had, those guys were in it.
Oh yeah, they definitely were. I think he was responding. I think he was talking about the best core we've ever had, because I made the comment that this
best core we've had. Those guys are it. But I think part of this comment targeted at me wanting Chandler to start over Beasley on the left, because everybody kind of hates that argument that I throw out there.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind having Chandler starting over Beasley. The way Beasley played against Nigeria in particular, he was a pest.
And my only criticism of Beasley, I have not said he hasn't played a great game.
Yeah.
I don't know why people keep saying that, but Beasley has done wonderful. But I think we've seen the most Beasley has to offer already. I don't think he's got another level to go to. And against a Portugal or a Germany, we need something more than just that.
Yeah.
If the offense isn't clicking.
Let
me just quickly interject with a scoreline. Just to show my disappointment, the Red Bulls are playing a large amount of our starters in our U.S. Open Cup game against the Cosmos, and we're losing 1-0 at the half right now. So just to let you know.
So while you're on it, Patrick, 53rd minute, Chivas and Carolina are at 1-1.
What?
And right after halftime, Atlanta Silverhawks and RSL are tied at 1-1 as well.
Wow.
So we've got two MLS teams. We've got two MLS teams tied and one that's losing right now.
All right.
Are we really surprised the Red Bulls are losing?
Yes.
No.
Yes, a little bit.
No, I'm not. I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Even with the fact that we have like 7 starters on the field,
I'll give a shout out to Oreo on that one. It's Petke. It's the coach.
Speaking of that, Oreo said he wanted to get on the show.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I
feel like having 6 people in here.
I have to leave pretty soon if you want to add him when I leave.
Don't bring Oreo with me drinking right now, because we will lose the show if he and I are both drinking at the same time.
Okay.
Blaine, you said there were questions that you got. You said you got questions from.
Yeah,
I have one.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a whole page of questions now.
Chris Jacques said, "What would be the economic and soccer growth benefits from hosting the 2022 World Cup?"
Great question.
Okay, me.
Love it.
We will not get the World Cup until FIFA says it is official that Qatar is stripped from their World Cup and we get it. We are not getting the World Cup.
That's fine, but
that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's not the question, though.
Yeah, exactly.
The question is, what are the economic and global benefits?
Economic.
I'm thinking also.
Economic benefits. Economic benefits are kind of secondary in this.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares?
Because it's like that Jamie Oliver skit that I posted. It's literally like that. I mean.
Yeah, we don't make any money, so it's not going to help us economically.
FIFA makes all the money, so the economic growth benefits are kind of non-existent. Soccer growth benefits, however, especially in a country like the United States, it'd be huge. It'd be massive, especially if the host nation did well. It would be unbelievably good for everything. Plus, by 2022, if you look at the boom in youth soccer right now, 2022 is in 8 years. A lot of these kids are going to be teenagers by then. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids that are in youth soccer camps right now and playing in, Pee-wee soccer leagues, they're going to be in their teens when 2022 hits. If we host the World Cup, it'll be huge. It would be massive, like on a scale that 94 wouldn't even come close to.
I'd like to interject real fast. I know that for New England fans, if we do end up with the 2022 World Cup, Kraft has promised us a stadium. So, which
you
I
go.
mean, which
There,
I honestly can't stand. I'm not waiting until 2022. I think that's ridiculous.
So,
Yeah.
so what- he's only promising you guys a stadium on the fact that there's a World Cup. So what he's saying is that you guys can get a stadium, but unless there's a World Cup, he's not going to do it.
No, well, I mean, he said that. If we do have a World Cup, I mean, we could build a stadium near Boston, and maybe you guys could use it.
He's an asshole.
But that makes first of all, that's ignorant because it's going to be a 60,000, 70,000 stadium. How are we going to be able to use that as the Revolution? And
Got
the
a phone
second,
call,
the
dude.
He
second
doesn't
thing,
care.
but the second thing is that about the stadium stuff. He has said that they are in talks with mayors of Somerville and other suburbs of Boston that are connected to the train system. They're trying to find a location for a soccer-specific stadium for the Revolution. With that said, it kind of sounds like this kind of thing would get his hopes up and push back on that until the 2022 World Cup, which would be painstaking for Revolution fans like me.
You guys
I don't know.
deserve it. You guys deserve a stadium.
So,
much.
okay.
It's ridiculous.
For me, I think that the soccer growth in America would boost in numbers because yes, we have a very large amount of soccer based people in America, but I think it'll like at least triple, especially with this kind of a big tournament like this. You know, it's rare. I mean, it'll be good for the U.S. and I think a lot of people will focus more on how it can grow not just in Europe but also in the USA, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah. We couldn't ask for a better time to get it if we get it in 2022.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it, 26 years of MLS. We're going to have the 25th anniversary the year beforehand to build it and hype it.
Yeah.
You just can't ask for a better time to grab that. And Asher had a great point. Youth soccer right now is booming. They're going to be in the middle of their career, or they're going to be those kids that are aspiring to play at home. When we start looking at, we're starting to pick up 22-year-olds on the team, 18-year-olds in some places. We build our youth program. 2022 puts half of our youth right at the start of their professional careers. If they bypass the college scene, they could be all pro or be pros at that point. We could be looking at kids wanting to play at home, and now's the time to get them started. If they make that announcement in 3 weeks, I bet you see a surge in soccer signups too.
Diego Fagundes will be on the team by then.
I would love to see Diego Fagundes with the U.S. national team.
Yeah.
He's got to marry that girl, man. He's not going to be eligible for 2018 unless he marries a U.S. citizen. And he's dating that girl, Sydney. They're pretty serious. I don't know. Who knows?
Let's go. Why doesn't he propose?
It'll happen. Sooner or later, it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, he won't be eligible till after the 2018 World Cup, unfortunately, with that. But who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Blaine, what are the other questions you have?
Oh, we got a whole lot. I think Ty found my link.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm on it right now. No.
Oh,
all right.
Ty, can you drop a link to the YouTube on there? Chris also asked, do you have a link on how to listen in?
Yeah.
How are they asking that? I mean, I shared it like 1,000 times.
I think he just hopped. I think
Because I started a new thread just to get more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Blaine.
Yeah, we'll go for a new guy. Avery Gorin, can England recover from the loss versus Italy to get out of the group stage?
Nope. I think they pull in England and come really close and don't get out of the group.
I mean,
he's so blunt with that answer.
It's like pulling teeth every year watching them try to do anything.
Honestly, I think they have a good shot at getting out still because their major competition was supposedly Uruguay. Now, unless Costa Rica beats England or draws them, I think they have a good shot at that second seed.
No. You know something though? Honestly, the way Costa Rica played, Costa Rica beats or draws with England.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
England
the question.
has to beat Costa Rica to get out.
Yeah.
And even if England beats Costa Rica and if they lose to Uruguay, they're done. Like they've got.
They're not beating Uruguay. They're not beating Uruguay,
Like-
and I don't even know if they can beat Costa Rica.
I don't
The
think
way
they
this-
can beat Costa Rica.
Yes,
The
they
way
can.
No,
this group
yeah.
is played out,
They're not getting
Italy-
out.
Italy looks good to get through. Costa Rica is still kind of a toss-up. Uruguay could come in and win 2 games and finish
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they could.
But you want to talk about group of death from here on out? Those 3 teams, Italy, England, and Uruguay, are going to be in a battle.
Yeah.
None of them can afford to lose a point at this right now.
How
I mean,
does
throw Costa Rica into that mix, and that gets to be the most challenging group, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah,
how do you think Mark Andrew Pierce feels right about now with the way England's playing? England
Oh boy. I'm
England
still
dropped the ball.
I'm still friends with him. I should give him a hard time. I'm not going to do that. That's cruel.
Ash is gonna troll hard.
I'm not going to troll him.
Okay. All right. Another question. Scott Sheffield says, "Who will be the biggest disappointment, team and player?"
World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with World Cup.
Spain.
Yeah, right now it's building. for
Spain's
Spain.
not getting out of the group. Spain's not
Yeah.
getting out of the group. I'm
Well-
calling it right now.
Even if Spain gets out of the group at this point, they're going to meet Brazil in the first knockout stage and
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
Done.
Like if
They
they
have
if
no
they go
chance.
home after the that I don't see a bigger hit than that.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
I mean,
upset, most
the
disappointing
only
player.
other one that could compare is if somehow the United States and Portugal manage to upset Germany and Germany goes home. I don't see any other one that could compare to Spain getting knocked out in the first round of the knockouts
Yeah. Okay.
if they get through it at all.
The most
wow.
disappointing player.
Yeah, I honestly,
Iker
what about-
Casillas.
what about-
Iker Casillas.
I can see it being Ronaldo.
I can see it being
Oh,
Ronaldo.
just because of
I
the
can
blow
still
to
be
his
Ronaldo
leg.
too. Something tells me, and I've
much
been
hype.
thinking for a while. Something tells me Ronaldo is not going to perform well at this World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. I think it's partially psychological with him. He needs an excuse, and I think he already found it. I think his knee is already his excuse, and it's gonna be once he screws up in the World Cup. I think it's just he'll just use that knee as his excuse.
I mean, I don't think we're going to have a player that's really just going to crash and burn. Casillas has had a bad game, but you can blame most of that on his defense too.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's the only one really primed for a bad game. I mean, you could throw a lot on Rooney. You could throw a lot on some of the guys from Uruguay. But overall, it's going to be team letdowns from what I see. None of these teams are really built around one player.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for Portugal. That's why
Yeah,
I think
except for
Ronaldo's
Portugal.
so. That's why I think Ronaldo's heading for a crash.
Yeah. Something tells me, Ronaldo isn't going to perform well at this World Cup. He had his year. He finally got his Ballon d'Or again. With that injury, I don't know, man. They're keeping things quiet. I'm not so sure.
But thank you guys for having me on again. I got to take off and go to a party. I'm gonna go watch the Japan game too.
All right,
All
have
right,
fun,
Neil.
Neil.
Have a good one.
All right,
Neil.
man.
Good night. Go USA.
Dude, he is funny.
He's hysterical.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a character.
Yeah. He's him and his cigar is
He's great.
yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, we gotta have him.
All right, we've got a whole list of them here, question-wise.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's,
Blaine.
there's a pretty massive amount.
Blaine, it's
Blaine,
because you're on the
Blaine
show.
it.
They want to see you. They want you, Blaine. Don't you
Apparently,
like
they like my input, or they just like me seeing me rail on people.
Yeah, probably both. Probably both. Here, I got one. I know he asked one already. But Chris Jacques says, by bringing in foreign stars and players into the MLS, do you foresee a problem when it comes to finding American talent to build our national team? Some examples are Spain in the late 1990s and the current Mexican Soccer League. He's got some good questions. That's like the second good one in a row that he's nailed.
I like that. I really do like that question.
Yeah.
I could see it being a potential problem, but MLS is built with the international roster spots rule. And right now, the most really the most any team has right now is 6.
Okay. So,
Last check, I think it was 6 slots was the most any team had. Maybe it was 8 or 9.
yeah.
But most of those guys, at least 3 of those guys are not starters on the team that has the most. So we're still starting 6, 7, 8 U.S. based players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I agree. I think if certain rules no longer exist, like the international player spots and the salary cap for one thing, because
Yeah.
it seems like Europe gets most of the players in general because of they're going to get paid more money. Just
Yeah.
period. Those two factors, I think, on the surface they seem like bad things. But looking farther down the road, like when questions like this come up, I think you're going to look back and find that the roster limitations and the salary cap limitations were both beneficial because they kept it a mostly domestic-based league.
Yeah.
So
I think we're honestly, you guys might disagree. I think we're overlooking American talent.
yeah,
We are overlooking. I mean we have the homegrown players that come in sometimes, but I honestly think we're overlooking American talent and trying to find talent that's overseas to make our league bigger. Like David Villa. I mean, he's overseas. He's coming to MLS. That's making our league a bigger name. I think. That's what I think. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you know, it also starts from the bottom, from younger kids. I mean, there is there's a problem in the United States with finding really good talent for the reason that in order to get discovered, for most people, to get discovered by one of the MLS team's youth academies, you have to be playing on a MAPS team of some sort. And to play on those types of teams in the United States, it can cost upwards of thousands of dollars to play on these teams for one season. So
Yeah.
I think we overlook a lot of younger kids whose parents maybe can't afford those types of things, so they just play in their backyard and they just play with their friends and stuff like that. And they can be really, really good players, but they can't get noticed because they don't have the money to get on these teams that would take them to get noticed. So I think we do overlook a lot of talent in the United States just on that alone.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
whole different argument. I don't think the influx of foreign players is going to kill our player pool for the national team. But
No.
it's a whole other
I don't think so
argument.
either. Because
Where do we get our better
level.
talent? How do we pick these kids up?
Yeah.
we need to send people in
And
the streets
it's
and
true.
find
Like it's true. And I mean, I know this is kind of rabbit trailing a little bit. Like a good example of it is, here a guy I work with is, his son plays for rec leagues and things like that here in the area, and unfortunately, a lot of the rec leagues are not serious. They're not serious, especially for a 9-10-year-old kid. They're just that. They're rec leagues. So for him to get any sort of serious play, he needs to participate in a kind of Premier League type thing. Now, the Premier League costs money, not a little bit of money either. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
ASO is helping, and Klinsman is behind it.
yeah,
Like that's gonna be a huge boost to our player talent or our player pool in the coming years because it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot more family oriented still.
yeah, which
Hey, guys.
is great.
Hey guys,
Yes.
I gotta go somewhere. I'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, Ty.
Crit for Asher and Blaine. Chris Jacquez also says, who do you foresee as being a possible dark horse or horses at this World Cup? I think if the U.S. can get through to the next round, we could see ourselves in the quarterfinals and semifinals. I have to agree with him. I said it before. I don't know. You can tell I'm not so confident about getting out of the group. But if we get out of the group, I think we're going to the semifinals.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if we have that type of momentum.
I got two. I got two possible
Or Belgium.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say the United States and Belgium are my two.
Yeah, Belgium.
Yeah. Costa Rica at this point, I would throw in that list. If they can get out of the group, that 5-4-1 is going to screw people up. I mean, Group D is going to play the win. They're probably coming out second behind Italy if they can manage to get out first. They're going to come out and we'll just say they go second. They're going to come out and play Colombia. Colombia is a great team, but that 5-4-1 could play hell on Colombia.
Yeah.
And they could knock off some world powers if they manage to win their group, which I'm not saying is out of the question at this point. You look Japan, Ivory Coast, and Greece.
They could win any of those games easily.
They could win any of those games, and then you move them on to Group A and B teams. That's who they'd match up against. Netherlands would be a tough game, but I think they could grind it out. Brazil's the one they don't want to hit. Mexico, Cameroon, and Croatia, fine. Chile and Australia, fine. Spain, with the way Spain looked the other day, they could beat Spain. I don't see Spain getting that far to meet them. Costa Rica could be in the final 8, the way it looks.
Yeah.
And the potential matchups they have. Colombia would be the worst knockout game they would have, and even that's winnable for them. As far as dark horse goes. The other ones, like United States getting out, whoever gets out of Group G in second place is going to be one of those teams. Belgium, most people are picking Belgium to get out of their group. I don't see them as being a big dark horse, and especially when they're going to play the runner-up in Group G, most likely behind Russia, or they're going to play or winning their group.
They're going to play us. They might play us.
Yeah, I don't see them as being a dark horse for them.
I see them as a dark horse to go to the final.
Yeah.
Not to get out of the
group. Make a deep run in the tournament. There's a lot of teams that probably could. Belgium's one that could easily make a deep run. Costa Rica's probably the most unlikely one to make a deep run that's now positioned to do it.
Let me ask you something.
List the teams up.
If we finish second and Belgium finishes first, that means that we will be playing Belgium in the round of 16. How do we stack up against Belgium, player by player?
I think all bets are off when it comes to the World Cup, though. I think they, you know what I mean?
You stack us up. There's about 5 teams you could stack us up against, and player for player, we're on par with them.
Yeah.
Everybody else, we're underdogs. The difference the last few years has been we've had Donovan and Dempsey who can run the show by themselves.
Yeah.
Donovan has always been a lone wolf. When you turn him loose and let him go, he creates for himself and others. That alone can win you games. This year, we've got one of the best teams, top to bottom, and just chemistry-wise, that I think we can stack up against any group of players that these other groups have. Portugal's a group of players. That's why everybody's kind of thinking we can win that game. Portugal is a collection of players. We're a team.
Yeah.
So getting out,
I think we can.
Stage, we're good.
I think we can beat Portugal. I mean, I'm not really. Like I said, it's funny. I'm more worried about Ghana. I think Ghana is more of a team, and Portugal's more of a group of individuals.
Yeah.
So I'm more worried about playing a team like Ghana than I am about playing a group of individuals like Portugal. Portugal doesn't scare me all that much, to be completely honest. The only thing that's scary about Portugal is if Ronaldo plays really well. Belgium's a good team, but like Asher said, once you get to that round of 16, all sorts of crazy stuff happens in the world.
It's just
so
who knows at that point. So
I mean, like I said, the fact of the matter is this: the reason I feel like we can do so well if we get out of the group is because the momentum and the passion and like the feeling around the team. If we get out of that group that everyone was saying that they couldn't get out of, I mean, if they get out of that, just the overwhelming. The overwhelming belief in that team is going to be crazy when they get out.
If we manage, if we come out like I predict at 7 points, it's going to take a team to beat us.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get even if we beat Ghana, draw Portugal, and draw Germany and come out with 5, I mean, we get a result versus Germany, we're going to be riding that high through the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We just got to come out of
it
high. We can't limp in.
Yeah, that momentum will be huge. I actually, if I had to predict, if I'm saying the U.S. is getting through, I'll predict 5 points, a win against Portugal, a loss against Ghana, and a draw against Germany.
That's 4 points, Patrick.
4 points. He quits. He just leaves.
Hey, Asher, they turned the show over to us.
All right. Great.
He's brave.
Where'd he go? Okay. He went
A draw against Ghana, a draw against a
Portugal.
win against
Or a win
Portugal,
against
and a
Portugal
draw
in the World
against
Cup.
Germany.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh.
I'm angry now.
That's funny. That is funny. Oh, you're
All
fine.
right. Okay, wait a second. Anyway, this is why I don't think I did good on the math SATs. Anyway,
Oh,
anyway, Francisco, we're going to MLS here all of a sudden.
All right, do it.
Francisco says, "Will the Earthquakes ever win the MLS Cup in the coming years?" It depends how many years we're talking. I don't think so.
we'll be honest with them. Let's give them the next 5 years. I don't see their
No.
player pool winning it in the next 5 years.
I don't see the Earthquakes winning the MLS Cup in the next 15 years.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know, because I said the same thing. I said the same thing about the Houston Dynamo a few years back, and look how that turned out for me.
Well, I'm saying the same thing about the Philadelphia Union, to be completely
Oh, I
honest.
absolutely no. Philadelphia
So-
Union aren't winning aren't winning the MLS Cup for like 30 years at this rate. So no, trust me.
Wait,
I'm right
did
there
you
with
just slip up and say the World Cup?
I did kind of. I corrected myself. I called myself.
Tyler, I'm not sure if you were here to hear me. I was doing a rundown of the
You forgot how
USA's
to
chances
math.
against each team. Yeah, I forgot the math. I predicted 5 points, but when I went through the wins, it only came out with 4. So that was my bad. My
Your
math is off.
Your math is just as bad as mine was the other day when I said we get.
The other day, you did the exact same thing with a different scenario. Yep. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm a writer. I'm not a mathematician.
I'm not the math guy. So
No.
I'm not either. So we're good.
That's why I delete all of Tyler Buchman's attendance threads. I can't comprehend all the math that he puts into that.
Hey, did you guys see it? Did you guys see it wasn't attendance today. He's got a new one. He's talking about populations of the countries playing in the games right now. Do you guys see that today?
No.
I did not see that.
It was what Costa Rica and Uruguay, and said the population combined of the two was like 8 million. Like he had some number for it today, so he's gone on to population now.
Why? Is there a reason?
I don't know.
What was the point of the post though?
just little countries. And they did make a statement during the Costa Rica Uruguay game, saying that Uruguay was the fifth smallest country to ever play in the World Cup, and it is the smallest country to ever win one.
Really?
Yeah, it was something like that. So that's probably where that spawned from.
Yeah, there is something to be said for these smaller countries like Uruguay being dominant teams.
It means their player pool is awesome.
Yeah, Uruguay's player pool. I mean, you look at us. We've got 300 million people here, 350 million people.
Yeah.
And we're not a top 10 team year in and year out. There's something wrong there with 300 million people. We all know what that problem is, but
we're fixing it. We're fixing it.
Yeah, you go to some place like Uruguay that has 8 million people, or Costa Rica right now that's I think they're under 5 million population, and they're playing in the World Cup, and they just won a game. That's incredible for that small of a country.
Yeah, it really is.
Just think about, as U.S. fans, what's it gonna be like in 50 years when soccer's blown up here, and we have generations of players coming through. We can be one of the teams in the World Cup every year who people expect to win. Can you think about that? The USA being expected to win every single World Cup.
Listen, I say this every year, multiple times during the World Cup. When the World Cup's not that year, I keep saying it. As the generations shift, as time goes on, you got to think about it. When the soccer boom happened, when I was a teenager, and which was 12 years ago, 15 years ago, a ton of us played soccer. Well, we're all older now. You know what I mean? We're moving on. We're starting to control more stuff. People who are more successful than I am, are in positions, business owners, working in large, successful companies, and you're starting to see their influence in a lot of areas, and their influence in sports are going to happen as well. I mean, you've already seen it. You've already seen it with baseball. Baseball's popularity's dropped, which bothers me a little bit because I actually really like baseball. But
I hate baseball.
I know. And see, that's what I'm talking about. You talk to most people who are, between, 27 and 30, 32, 33. They're going to say, yeah, I like baseball. You talk to anybody younger than that, a lot of them are like, I hate baseball. It's boring. You know what I mean? So that right there, you can already see.
I mean, I know.
The generation's interest has shifted.
I mean,
so, even Patrick, I even counted you by saying it's not even going to take 50 years. It's going to take another 10. It's going to take another 10.
Yeah, Asher, you missed my point on the 2022 World Cup. I said that'll be 25th anniversary of MLS's year before.
We'll be playing.
Yeah, we'll be playing the 26th year of MLS. You announce that now, the kids coming in will go, hey, I have a chance to play at home. I'll be 18, 19, 20 when that hits. I'll have a chance to play at home in the World Cup. You get that boom going there. We couldn't ask for a better year at 2022.
You really couldn't. And something, 2026 wouldn't even hurt either.
No, it really wouldn't.
Anything.
I look at players in other leagues. Kobe said if we had a professional soccer league, he probably would have played soccer.
It's true.
Look at what he did in Look at what he's done for the NBA and how great of a player he is. He would have rather played. Steve Nash is another one.
Yeah.
He was a soccer player as a kid. We've got these athletes that said if we had a league, I would have tried it.
Yeah.
Or they would have switched like Jordan did with baseball. They would have tried to get in. Like, it's slowly moving. Now, I don't know that MLS is going to rival NFL in the next 20 years.
No.
30 years probably starting to.
I think
MLS will be that's going to depend on the NFL and their rules. If the NFL keeps screwing up the rules, soccer's just going to pick up.
Yeah.
But
the other thing
it's going to be hard to take away football.
It is, and even for soccer fans, I mean, you talk to any MLS fan, chances are they have an NFL team in their back pocket. They do. You know what I mean? That's just the way it works. I love the NFL. I love football, but American football. Sorry.
Hand
I love it. I love it for what it is, just like I love soccer for what it is. It's, but I read a really interesting article, probably back in January, and the guy who wrote it made a really good point, where he was talking about how soccer is very quickly becoming the adult sport to watch. It's not broken up. It's not, for being the most successful from a financial standpoint sport in the world, it has the least amount of commercials. You get 45 minutes a shot with nothing but that sport. Your halftime isn't, half an hour long. You know what I mean? You are able to focus on the sport itself. It is geared towards adult sports fans. It just is. The nature of the game lends itself to that. And I mean, quite frankly, one of the gripes I have with the major sports in the United States, I don't even watch basketball, so I can't say anything like that. I can't say anything on that. But as far as baseball and American football goes, the rule changes with the NFL are getting insane. The commercials every 30 seconds are getting old. And baseball, the only way you're going to continue to love baseball is if you played it growing up, which I did. So, I mean, baseball's not going anywhere for me. It's not. But
break in with the stat before you finish, Asher.
Yeah.
Somebody told me at the bar yesterday, football, 3 hours of game time, 11 minutes of the ball being in play.
Yeah. Yep.
3-hour telecast.
Yep. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. And that's just it. I mean, again, the generational shift, you got to go back to the generational shift again. As you start to see those generations shift, you're going to see you're going to see soccer taking more of a front row seat. You really will. I mean, yeah, the NFL's still going to be there. You're still going to have people going. You're still going to have people going to games. But the other thing too is look at the average cost of going to an NFL game. It's what, $200, $300 to get
300, I think.
Yeah, to get halfway decent seats to an NFL game, you're going to pay at least $200. Like that's a minimum.
$75 to $100 a ticket for decent seats, not counting parking and concessions.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So, and then you turn around and I'm sitting here looking at getting season tickets for the Philadelphia Union. After joining the Sons of Ben, you're looking at what, $400 for season tickets? Like $400, $500 at the most for season tickets for the Union.
Last time I checked, Kansas City nosebleed seats for season tickets were $450.
Okay.
500.
Well, you get the discount.
Red Bull Arena.
Look at your seats at Sons of Ben. You look at your seats there.
Yeah.
You've got much better seats. Try to get even equivalent seats. You're looking at $1,200 in the NFL to get season tickets.
Oh my gosh, probably triple that for those same seats. I looked up, and the other thing too is to get season tickets. Like, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I looked into that one time just for shits and giggles. I checked it out. There's like a 10-year waiting list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Well, I don't know if you know, there's like an 8-year waiting list to get season tickets for the Timbers.
Are you serious?
They have about an 8-year backup.
Because they're big. They're big in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Sporting
Because they've had the NASL.
Do what now?
Yeah, Sporting has a 3,000-man waiting list for season tickets. Last time I checked.
The Red Bulls have no waiting list, if that makes any of you feel any better.
Well, yeah, because your stadium's empty every game.
And the funny thing is, you guys are talking about cheaper season tickets. The season tickets for the Red Bulls are like $980 or so a season for front row. So they're a bit more expensive than the ones you're talking about.
Now, for front row, Sporting Park is $35 on the bleacher side, $55 for a ticket. But you get the nice box seats up front. They're $250 a game. But those are the really nice lounge chairs and everything. You go a couple rows behind them. I think the most expensive ticket is $125 a game in Sporting Park, not counting the specialty seats.
I mean, the Red Bull seats are about. I mean, they range. The ones I have are about like a little over 1,000 a season. But if you compare that to any other American sport, that is nothing.
Yeah.
There's
That's
nothing
what I mean.
compared to any of it. And you top it off with the fact that they gave me free tickets to Red Bulls versus Arsenal when the seats are like $300 for one ticket for that game.
Yeah.
Those were free. So I mean, you're getting your value out of what they give you.
Generally speaking,
it's great.
Generally speaking, I think MLS takes pretty good care of their fans. Generally speaking. There have been some times where it's been like, dude, come on, really? But I'm saying you can put up with certain things, like no profanity in your chants and stuff like that. I mean, overall, what they do is good. It is. It straight up is. And I had to chuckle a little bit when, San Jose tripled the cost for traveling fans from Seattle.
Yeah.
You remember that when they price gouged
it? Yeah, that was messed up.
It was messed up, but at the same time, yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it's messed up. Yeah, I didn't like it, but at the same time, even at triple the price, how much are you going to pay if you go to an NFL game with that kind of deal? You know what I mean? It's still not awful. Was it messed up? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't like I didn't like the fact that it happened. But at the same time, in comparison, even just doing a comparison type deal, it's still not a bad deal. So
no.
Yeah, I totally.
Okay, let's go off on a tangent here since we're on it. If we blow up by 2022 hosting the World Cup, what's that going to do to our ticket prices? If the stadiums stay at an average of about 20,000 seats.
Raise them to the max.
You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to keep them at
No.
at those kind of small venues. I think those small soccer-specific venues stay, but honestly,
Yeah, we're not going to be able to keep the seats.
I think eventually you're going to see. I think if soccer blows up real big, the way we're expecting, the way we're not expecting it to, but the way we're hoping it to, I think you're going to have to start doing what Seattle's doing, and unfortunately, that means sharing a field with an NFL team, or a baseball,
Atlanta.
or whatever. I don't like it, but I think even by 2022, just because of how expensive soccer stadiums are, just stadiums in general are, I don't think it's going to be quite feasible enough.
Oh shit!
What happened?
Atlanta Silverhawks just knocked off RSL in the Open Cup.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yep, 2-1 final.
Who?
Atlanta just knocked off Salt Lake. It's
The
2-1 final.
Silverbacks just knocked off Real Salt Lake out of the USA.
Silverbacks. And Carolina, it looks like is going to draw Chivas. So
You
that
guys-
looks like a replay.
I'm having a little bit of a heart attack
I mean,
here. It's the 66th minute, and the Red Bulls are still down to the Cosmos. And we just subbed in Andre Akpan, which means things aren't looking good. So, yeah, I'm not so sure about this.
Oh boy. Well, and another.
You know it's bad when Andre Akpan's supposed to save us.
While you're on the subject of lower leagues, that's another area that is doing wonders for the game as well. I mean, these lower leagues, a lot of these lower leagues have ridiculously good support. A lot of these lower league teams have ridiculously good support, which honestly is amazing. I mean, I know Ty said he doesn't like the people from the Northern Guard for Detroit City FC. Dude, there's a lot of them, and that's a 4th division team. You know what I mean? So if they're putting those kinds of numbers in the 4th division, what are they going to look like if that club eventually makes it into the MLS?
Right.
Same thing.
You're really building into my pro rel argument right here.
No, I'm saying not
these lower leagues are a huge argument that I have for it, but this is getting to be one of the points I have is these lower leagues are growing right now, and MLS has to capitalize on it, or there's going to be some major competition.
Yeah. No, you are right, and I think without getting too much into the pro rel argument, because believe me, no, not right now.
I want nothing to do with the pro relegation argument.
I'll let Blaine and Brandon handle that one on a later date. But, As far as this, I think MLS will handle it when the time needs to come, or when the time comes. I think they'll handle it. Whether it's through promotion relegation, whether it's through grafting some of these teams into the league already, whatever the case may be, I think they will handle it. I think eventually, this is just mine, again, not getting into it, but I think eventually, and this, I'm talking years from now, not anytime soon, I'm talking years from now, I think you won't have a choice but to see a promotion relegation system. But that's exactly
my argument right there.
That is not relevant right now. It is not relevant to get into worthless fights on Facebook. I'm talking 15 years from now.
I could see it in under 10 with the way the sport's growing, and especially if we get World Cup 2022.
Okay, fair enough there. Yes, if the World Cup,
but just to tease to it a little bit. Just to tease to it a little bit, you realize between NASL, USL Pro, and MLS, there are 47 established teams.
That's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, wow. You guys, we talk about relegation being so far off, but we've got 47 established teams here. MLS is trying to found some USL Pro teams right now. All they'd have to do to get it kicked off is buy out USL Pro.
Yeah.
Because what are we going to do with these teams? We're looking at number 24. Now we're looking at number 23 again with Miami possibly moving to Chivas and
that
Yeah,
whole
what-
Becca and Chivas argument.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still looking at 2 teams to finish out the 24, but there's at least 10 to 15 candidates for that.
Yeah.
Are we really going to
Sure.
stop at 24 and go, all right, sorry guys, you didn't make it. Go find your own league. Go join one of our rivals, or are we going to try to incorporate them and bring them in under another umbrella? I mean, MLS has to make a move,
Yeah.
and we're getting really, really close
And you know,
to
with-
where MLS could have 40.
we just made these TV deals.
The what?
We just got this TV deal where
Yeah.
we're bringing money in now. We're finally profitable. So in a few years, it's very realistic that we would be able to make that type of purchase of USL. Something.
Yeah. It's true. Gentlemen,
about-
real quick. I gotta run. It's getting a little late. I got some stuff to take care of before bed though, so I gotta hop off. Unfortunately. Yeah, Blaine, it's been fun, man. We'll do it again.
Yeah, it's great talking with you, Asher.
Yeah, you too, buddy. And what is Tyler's board? Oh man, it's always fun, guys. We'll,
all right. Have a good one.
Have a good one, Asher.
yeah, you too, gents. See ya.
So next weekend we'll talk about next weekend. Next Saturday.
Oh, we got no more questions?
We're
One
running
thing that
time
we have,
down.
one thing we have to do here before we can end. I mean, we don't have to constantly match up with the previous episodes times. We've gotten 2.5 and 2:45, 2 episodes this week. This is the 3rd this week actually, because last Saturday we started. Basically, let's just.
This is the. Oh my God, Edgar Cruz! What in the world?
No way. Where's Asher? Someone get Asher back. How did Edgar get in here?
Gosh.
Edgar, where are you coming from?
What?
Hey, what's up, Edgar?
Quack, Edgar, quack.
Please.
So, Edgar, while we've got you, is Mexico going to get out of this group?
He's
Edgar?
confused. He's confused.
Edgar, while we have you, is Mexico going to get out of the group?
Wait, what?
Is Mexico getting out of the group?
Is Mexico gonna get out of the group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure yet.
Come on, Edgar.
I got it.
Oh my God.
Edgar. What are you what are you trying to do here? What's going on? Edgar, can you find us your sombrero, please? Do you have your sombrero or your cowboy hat? Can you find that? Can you put that on? If you come and put that on, for the camera, the show will be made.
What?
What?
What? I think we lost. What?
No, he's here. He's here. What's going on here?
Is he watching?
Quack.
Quack?
Edgar.
What is he watching?
Edgar, can you put on a sombrero?
I can hear you.
Can you put on a cowboy
Quack,
hat?
quack.
Patrick, just don't worry about it. Let's go on with the show.
Okay,
Hey, is Danny ready to get in?
I can't.
Edgar, it was nice having you. You could stay here. You know what? Just okay. Let's get on. Okay, let's get on with the thing that we have to do. All right. Edgar, stop.
Go on.
We have
What are we doing next?
tomorrow. The 3 games tomorrow. Let's go through the score lines really fast because we gotta move. Switzerland versus Ecuador, 12 p.m. What's the score?
Switzerland 1, Ecuador 1.
Blaine.
1-0 Switzerland. I don't see much coming from that game.
1-0 Ecuador. Anyway, France versus Honduras.
Shit.
It pains me to say
This
it.
game, this
2-1
game has the
France.
potential. This game has the potential for an upset, just like many of the other games.
2-1 France is the safe bet. That's what I'm going to go with. But I really think Honduras can show up and surprise any team in the tournament.
I'm going 1-0 Honduras. What's up, Wayne?
I'm gonna go
Patrick,
ahead and say.
more bad news.
Yeah, I know. No,
it's
don't tell
2-0
me. I already know.
Cosmos.
I know. It's over. We're out of the Open Cup already. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Fucking to the Cosmos, man. Are you serious? Come on,
Hey, what did they do?
This
Shoot
is-
up Pele again?
dude.
Yeah.
Carlos Mendez from the Metro Stars and Hunter Freeman are in the defense of the Cosmos, and we can't beat them. I mean, you gotta be.
Oh,
Edgar, I'm ejecting you because you're making too much noise.
yes.
Edgar's been ejected. Anyway,
That's sad.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna say 4-3 Honduras.
Whoa. What? No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
kidding.
think. All right, Argentina versus Bosnia Herzegovina.
That's 3-2 Argentina. My boys are bringing that one home.
3-1 Argentina.
That's going to decide the group right there. Both of those teams are advancing, but Argentina is going to come out with the full 9, and they're going to win tomorrow.
3-1 Argentina. What else, is there anything else anyone wants to cover here?
Dang, man. What else was there to cover? You said we're passing on the 2 MLS matches, right?
Yeah, we're passing on. Well, we can talk about them if you really want. Does anyone care?
Well, no. I'm just. Did you guys hear about? I'm pretty sure you guys did about the Ultras Montreal.
Oh. They've been stopped in so many different cities coming through subway systems or whatever and
Yeah.
gotten searched and delayed.
Here,
Yeah.
wait a second. I have something for you guys.
What?
Sorry to
Okay.
interrupt.
No, it's fine.
There's an article just published on MLSsoccer.com. It says World Cup, Italy, England admit Manaus heat and humidity impacted Group D match at Arena Amzonia. The U.S. men's national team now have a better idea of what to expect in their second World Cup match that will be played at the Arena Amzonia against Portugal on June 22nd. The heat and humidity in the city of Manaus, which has been one of the talking points entering the 2014 World Cup, were a factor in the first game held in the venue. It's crazy not having timeouts, Italian coach Prandelli said in a flash interview after the match, despite emerging on the winning side. We had to dial back our rhythm to catch our breath. It was impossible to maintain the intensity.
All right,
Wow.
I'll bring in 2 points on that. One, this is why everybody's complaining about Qatar being so hot. The game just cannot be played in certain environments.
We can't play it in Qatar. It's impossible. You can't do that.
Well, they're moving into.
Not to bring that up as a debate point, really, but just saying that's the same argument that we've got there. As far as us playing Portugal in Manaus, that's even more in our favor.
Yeah,
We've
it
warmed
says
up
that.
in Houston, in Jacksonville, and in different places that are that hot and humid. Our guys are used to playing in that. Portugal's not. Like, that's just another advantage for us going into the second game.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Is there anything else anyone wants to get to here before we Is there any other questions anyone wants to ask? If you have a question,
Hold on. Let me refresh this.
submit it now or forever hold your peace, please. Well, until next episode, in which case we'll do this again.
Edgar Carissa, why did you guys kick me out?
Wonders why. Hey, Blake.
Oh, I just got an update. It's now, what, 3-0 Cosmos?
You're an asshole. You're an asshole, Blaine. Get off the show. You're joking. You're joking. Who scored?
Francisco just told me it's 3-0, or just posted
What?
it's 3-0.
For Christ. Dude, honestly, this is embarrassing. I'm so mad.
The MLS app hasn't updated it yet. That's where I've been getting all my updates. But Francisco just said it was 3-0.
That really pisses me off. I honestly, guys, you realize I was going to go to that game. I'm thrilled that I didn't go. I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm incredibly pissed off right now. I'm not surprised. I actually thought we were going to lose. It's fantastic. That really pisses me off.
Edgar sent me a message. He said, "You guys are quack."
We're quack?
Yeah, you guys are quack.
All right, wait a second. Manny just posted something in the Red Bulls discussion group. I only read the first couple of words. I'm about to open it up. Watch this be him trolling everybody. Watch this. Let me read what it says. He writes in the Red Bulls discussion group, which is a group for Red Bulls fans with 900 members. He says, "Don't forget to applaud the boys after the match." ... Like, so he's always the first one. So Blaine, do you have anything further to add before we finish off?
Hey, I did a little teaser for it tonight. Brandon and I are planning on a pro-rel discussion at some point soon.
Which I deleted the thread too.
You're a bastard, but but hey, it's all good. I did another teaser for it. I told somebody else I teased it, and he was mad he missed it. So Brandon and I are going to hit it. I have some good points as to why pro-rel in the next 10 years is not only a possibility, but more than likely going to happen, which I know is going to piss off a lot of fans. And I'm not all for it.
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah, I'm not all for it. No, Colin will probably be happy when pro-rel gets in here. He's kind of a big fan for it, but he just stole a couple of my ideas for it.
His point. No, well, the thing is, Colin will be thrilled because it will mean his points came true. The ones that he made, that he came up with, will have come true.
Oh, no. The ones he stole. Get it right. The ones he stole.
I'm just messing with you. I'm trying to get you out.
Oh, I know. You want to see me go off, and I'm not going to go off on Colin here because he's not here to defend himself. If he wants to join the show and discuss it with me, sure, why not? I'll let you guys moderate.
I would love to get Colin in here to have a discussion.
All right, guys. One last question from Will England, if that's all right with you guys.
Go ahead.
He said, if the U.S. beat Ghana and Ronaldo injury still keeps lingering, do you think the U.S. gets all 6 points in the 2 games?
Yes.
I already told you guys that I'm predicting 7. So
I said this
even without the Ronaldo injury, I'm still saying we're coming out of those 2 games with 6 points this year.
I've said it time and time again. Okay. Here's my rundown right now. I don't know how we're going to do against Ghana. If we don't beat Ghana, then I don't think we'll do well against Portugal. If we beat Ghana and get that momentum, if we beat Ghana Monday, we are going to beat Portugal. Portugal won't be able to withstand this. I think we have a better chance beating Portugal than we do against Ghana. I'm not afraid of Portugal.
With the report of Manaus too, I mean that just even adds to our chances of beating Portugal.
To our chances. Portugal's not going to be able to handle that. Portugal's not going to be able to handle that. So there's so much. Like someone like Ronaldo who hasn't played a lot lately, he's not going to be as well conditioned and things like that. So there's a lot in our favor going into that type of game. So I think we're gonna wrap it up, right, guys? You guys got anything else to say?
Yeah, and I guess you wanted to do something that requires you to take out your earphones.
Yeah, I got to take out my earphones. Hold on a second, guys. This is for you. I'm doing this for you.
Blaine would love this.
Hey, if it's what I think it is, you can thank Kansas City for bringing that to MLS and giving us a theme.
And battle for the USA. United States. United States. For victory. For every generation.
Reservation. Oh!
Oh!
United
Line it up.
States. We all can celebrate. We are United States. Blaine is drunk and he loves it. He is thrilled.
I'm not
He is-
drunk.
He's like,
Well, that-
He's like, it's like this casual, it's like a casual drunk look, man. Just like leaning back with your foot popped up and everything. It's like, yeah, I'm drunk. Come at me, bro.
all right, guys.
While that song was going on, Ivory Coast just scored, so it's now
Yeah.
tied up at 1-1.
All right.
Um,
We are 7 goals away from Neil's prediction.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I think you guys should end your show on, since I'm just a guest here, if any of the fans have questions, comments, or suggestions for us, throw them in the comments on the video below. I mean,
Yeah,
this is going to be on YouTube. Throw your questions there. We'll start a list. These guys will answer them in the next show. Hopefully, I'm back for the next show. I don't know if they'll want me back.
Blaine, we would love to have you back for the next show.
Yeah, man, we would love to.
I will make it known that for the 3rd straight episode in a row, because I monitor the views here, for the 3rd straight episode in a row, we had higher viewership than the one before.
How many?
That.
How many?
I'm not sure of the peak today, but I'm absolutely sure we've had higher viewership, and I'm absolutely sure that Archive we will have higher viewership.
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
Ivory Coast scored again.
Gosh. Keep
Two-
this
2-1.
up, please. Oh
6
my
goals.
God.
6 goals away from the prediction.
Hey, we're on the average. I mean, that's 3 goals a game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Man, that is awesome.
All right,
Was that Drogba?
No, I think Gervinho got that one. Drogba's
man.
still on the bench.
Yeah, Gervinho. Oh, no, Drogba's on.
Drogba's on now. Okay.
Yeah, you're right, Gervinho.
I think Gervinho got that.
Yep, you're
Oh,
right.
what a goal.
Oh, my.
I'm
Oh,
very sad
header.
I'm
Beat
missing
him on a
this.
header at the near post.
He's got to do better to get that, man. He's got to do way better. That's a good save.
Yeah, he should have
that's
had
unlucky.
that.
Yeah, that's
But
unlucky.
that was a wicked spin coming in from that service.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because he had his hands where that ball landed. That spin. Oh, that was beautiful.
All right, guys.
I think Blaine had a spin orgasm right there.
Yeah. Hey, he's a former Arsenal player. I gotta give him props.
Yeah.
I get enough shit from you guys about
Hey,
being an Arsenal fan in the group.
How about that time that we trolled you with the Arsenal trophy memes about having no trophies in the last 10 years? It was fantastic. We absolutely trolled you. I messaged everyone privately. I'm like, start posting memes about Arsenal not winning any trophies.
Hey, thanks guys. We got one this year.
Good
Can't
job.
troll us anymore. We got one.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You got a trophy for it took long enough.
Longest standing longest standing Champions League appearances in the EPL.
Oh, Blaine.
All right. Thank you to everybody who
Wrapping
listened
up.
tonight live. Thank you to everyone who put their questions in their comments. Thank you to anybody who watches the archive version later on. It was good too. It was a good show. Thank you to Neil, Edgar. I got to give it to Edgar. And Blaine for coming on. Blaine, we would love to have you back on again, even
Come on,
next
buddy.
weekend if you're interested.
Yeah.
Also,
As long as
I
I'm
think
free, I'll be in.
I think you should definitely download the multiplayer for that game so I can whip your ass in Stronghold Crusaders. Just saying.
Hey, you need to put that
So-
out publicly. We'll tag team against anybody who wants to take us on 2-on-2.
Yeah. Play us in Stronghold Crusader. The game is incredibly cheap. You could buy it online, and we'll kick your ass. Thank you to everybody. So we're going off. Say your goodbyes, Blaine. Say your goodbyes.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. Thanks everybody for putting up with me. I know I'm full of shit half the time, but I have fun with it.
It's great. It's great
I'll
to
see you
have
guys
someone
later.
as polarizing as you. All right.